Hello, 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 and greetings and salutations, everybody. Once again, happy Friday, TGIF. That's something we can say nowadays and if you guys are young, you probably don't know what that is. But yeah, TGIF, it is now, once again, WandaVision Friday. Welcome once again to my safe haven. And so, yeah, we're not even going to get too boggled down. We're just going to jump right into WandaVision because I'm super excited to talk about it. So once again, I'm joined by a very special guest. This is his fourth time joining me now. So here it is, Ron from You Don't Read Comics. Let's bring him down.
Is it the fourth time?
I think it's the fourth.
I thought it was the third.
Wait, is it the third?
I think it's the third.
Or the fourth? No, I think it might be the fourth.
I don't know. After the third or fourth time, I'm not even a special guest anymore. It's like somebody come to your house three or four times. It's just like just go to the fridge.
I mean, yeah, true. But it's kind of like I try to do that Stan Lee thing where he's like every comic is somebody's first comic. Every live it might be somebody's first live, so they might not see. Yeah. So with that said, introduce yourself to people that don't know who you are.
I'm Ron. I'm the founder of You Don't Read Comics. Heavy on social media with memes. Heavy on the website with comic book reviews and news.
All right. Well, there you go. So I see people jumping in the chat. How you doing, Joshua Atkinson? I see you. Friday Night High. Well, thank you so much for that. Jolie Johnson, please, I hope I said that right, but thank you. My favorite part of the week. Thank you. Rosalind Cooper, I see you in the chat. What's up, y'all? Couldn't wait for this to start. I couldn't wait to start myself because I'm ready to talk about this episode. So yeah, thank you guys for being here. So yeah, let's just jump, as Philip DeFranco would say, let's just jump right into it. So yeah, before we get into all the spoilers and the nitty gritty and talk all the Easter eggs and stuff, real quick, what are your first impressions of this episod?
Oh, there was a lot. I think they tried to pull a lot of wool over our eyes this episode. I think it was more deep than it led on to be. If everybody's paying attention, even from the opening credits, I think there was a lot in it.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to do this with how you in some lives where the person talks and the screen just goes onto them. But I'm I don't know how to do that. So I'm not.
That's too technological.
Yeah,
you're old millennial.
That's too technological. Yeah, I'm the older millennial. So yeah, I'm not even gonna bother.
You said TGIF. They don't know what that is at all. Bro.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
oh,
let's show because I'm 35. How old are you?
I'll be 35 next month.
Okay, so yeah, we about the same age. So yeah, unless you are around our age, you don't know what TGIF is. Yeah. That's when Full House and Family Matters and all those shows came on.
Step by Step.
Step by Step. Dang, Step by Step. I haven't heard that in a while. Yeah. Or even
was Mr. Cooper on TGIF too, right? Hanging with Mr. Cooper?
No, I don't think Mr. Cooper was TGIF. I think Mr. Cooper came on Thursdays.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah, because I think first was Full House, then Family Matters. I think at 8:30.
If anybody our age is missing these sitcoms, they all on Hulu right now.
but it all works out because TGIF is now WandaVision again.
Yeah, definitely.
Every Friday, I find myself, or Thursday, I find myself making sure to sleep in on Thursday so I can stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Because you don't want to be spoiled. You don't want to be spoiled. That's so fast, bro.
I was gonna say it's twofold. I don't want to be spoiled because people will post spoilers at 3 o'clock on the it's 3:01. It's 3:01, and they're like, "Oh, did you check out the opener of WandaVision? This is how they posted pictures and shit." So I'm I don't even want to do because they're already leaking. They leaked this episode 2 weeks ago.
Facts.
So I'm I don't want spoilers, and then too I just want the episode. I'm ready for more. So yeah. Wow, Rosalind Cooper, thank you so much for that 1999 super sticker. I appreciate it so much. So yeah, we're just gonna get further into it. If you guys if you're in the chat, if you could do me a favor, please hit that like button while you're here. And then also if there's something that I'm gonna try to make sure to pay attention to the chat, but if there's something that you really want to get across to us, because Ron and I are gonna shoot back and forth. It's not expected, but it's appreciated if you want to leave a super chat. I greatly appreciate it. And plus, it'll help me out because, I'm unemployed. So this is my only source of income.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, I mean, coronavirus got laid off. So
coronavirus.
Yeah, but what was I about to say? Oh, yeah. So jumping into the episode, this episode took place in the 90s. And
was it the 90s though? That's the first thing I want to talk about.
Oh, no.
It looked like it was the 2000s. They skipped the 90s on this.
I feel like it was a little bit of both because
it was Malcolm in the Middle. It was 100% Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
Malcolm in the Middle debuted January 2000. So it was 2000s.
Okay, because the reason I was gonna say I think it's a little bit of both is because when they went to the movie theater at the end, you saw The Incredibles, but then you saw The Parent Trap.
Mm-hmm.
So Parent Trap came out in '98.
Oh,
but then Incredibles came out in 2004. So I'm like, are they?
Maybe it was a mix.
I was gonna say, are they like melding the '90s and the 2000s together? Maybe
because they have a lot more episodes to do. I don't know.
I didn't watch Malcolm in the Middle, so I didn't know I knew they said that was what this was. It
was like the credits and everything with Malcolm in the Middle, like the way they did the whole intro was Malcolm in the Middle. But the thing about the intro that stood out to me, are we getting into it already?
Yeah, go ahead.
Was the naughty that was on Agnes's behind. The naughty, like people would have thought it was just like, oh, that's like, you know, what was going on at the time. Like I think it's way more deeper than that. Like naughty, like she's definitely the bad guy, or she has something to do with what's going on. And the fact that she was in the credits this time too.
I figured it out.
So that's dope. Like she was in the credits. Like we haven't seen them in the credits. It's just like Wanda and Vision and everybody else. But like she's like a cast member now. She's not reoccurring. Like she's a cast member.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, oh shoot, where'd you go? There we go. I thought I had it right, but then I fucked it up. But the way this opening went though, because like I said, I haven't seen Malcolm in the Middle or anything like that. But like I was like, this reminds me like Nickelodeon, very like kid friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought I was watching like, you know, like all that type of vibe.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is cool. And so then like jumping right into the episode. Hold on, I gotta share my screen for this one. The moment I saw this, because this was like the first shot. Hold up, right here. I think I got it saved. This right here. Can you see the screen?
I see it, yeah.
So the moment you saw Wiccan.
Oh, in his costume, yeah.
Yeah. In his costume. Hold on. I don't think it's showing up.
But it was also dope the fact that it opened up and the kids were telling the story. Like it was their show at that point. Like they were kind of narrating it.
There we go. Here we go. This right here. Wiccan in his costume. Where'd it go? Right. The moment
it's on the right there.
Yeah. The moment I saw that, my jaw, I got to show what I was like. I was staring at the screen like, hold on, let me remove this. I was like,
they did it.
So that had me geeked out from like the opening, the very opening of this episode. I was like, well, I ain't gonna say that because then I'm like, that's a child. But yeah, I was excited. I got like a nerd boner because of the comic reference of wanting Wiccan. Like I've been talking about Wiccan and Hulkling for like pretty much since I got on YouTube.
Forever.
Saying that I wanted them. Granted, I know Hulkling's not on the show, but I mean, Wiccan and Speed, they go hand in hand. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, I got super excited. I got hyped. But then when Tommy wasn't in costume, I was like, oh, come on. But eventually they did do it.
We got to see that, yeah.
We got to see it. And so the thing with this episode, I love the whole aesthetic. And now that they're like kind of out of the whole traditional sitcom era,
mm-hmm.
in some ways it was kind of hard to like, at least for me, to pinpoint some of the eeriness of it. I'm like, is this part of the sitcom or is this part of the
and I think this episode opened up a lot more of that. Like the people who know it's a sitcom are just like, yo, this is what's up, and she's controlling it and everything, and they're just cool with it. Like Herbert or whatever, he's like, do you need anything changed? Is something wrong? Yeah. She's like, no, everything's fine.
And he was like, it's again going to Cosmic Karen. He was like really like tiptoeing around Wanda. He's like, is everything okay? Is everything okay? Like, can I do something? You want something changed? Like, what's going on? She's like, no. But like even when Vision,
they fear her.
Yeah, they definitely do. But even when Vision like was coming downstairs and was talking to Wanda, and she was and was telling her that he's not going to go around with them trick or treating. Like you could kind of see her reaction because it almost kind of seems like she is losing control in a sense of Vision, because she was like, well, wait, you're not supposed to do that. And
Do
he's
you
like,
think she's losing control of Vision? Like she can't control him anymore, or she's just letting him do his own thing?
I mean, it could be.
I don't know which one.
Yeah, I think she might be losing control of Vision because she's trying to expand so much of this world.
The last episode, he said, "You can't control me," and she said, "Can't I?" But she didn't try to control.
No, she didn't try to.
We haven't seen her.
But we've seen her. We've seen her kind of do it in the times that like she rewound time, or like when Vision started to sense something, she restarted him.
Yeah, but she hasn't done that. But she hasn't tried to do it. It's like if she had attempted to do that and it didn't work, then I'd be like, oh, but she hasn't really tried. So I'm not sure if it's her not being able to control him or trying to give him his own free will.
Yeah, I think it might be her not necessarily being able to control him as much because she has this whole thing about not going past Ellis Avenue. Why wouldn't she like use her powers to control Vision and not want to go? Because she did it for the rest of the town. Because remember, with jumping forward, Agnes was like, Wanda won't even let us think about leaving, but Vision was able to do it. Without,
I think Agnes is a liar though, so there's that. I
mean, wait, maybe, but I don't know. We'll get to that. But like even like the conversation when she's like, "You're not supposed to do that," yada yada, and then when he kind of was like, "There's nothing else in my closet" or whatever, and
she put that there.
Yeah, he gave her this look, and then he went right back to the like sitcom stuff. I'm like, so wait, is that? I don't know, because then Billy was like, "Oh yeah, mom and dad, they're not fighting. They're just
it's different.
Yeah, it's just different
because she can't control him anymore, or she's not controlling him anymore. Either way, it's like they're different. It's not like perfect. Yeah,
things aren't like I do feel like at a certain point they're probably gonna like. I think I said this before, but I do think they're gonna come to blows at some point, especially like based on the last episode where they flew up. Like I feel like they're gonna try to fight. Or Vision's gonna maybe try to fight her to get people out. Because
how is he gonna put hands on her? He's gonna throw a punch at her, or is he gonna like blast her, or is he gonna try to melt her mind or something? Or
I don't know. It's probably like use the bootleg mind stone that he has and try to blast her or something. I don't know if it's gonna be like a physical.
Yeah. But it's nice to know that the kids are kids. Like they don't seem to be like
they didn't age themselves up like
yeah. No, I'm just talking about they're their own people. They don't seem to be like part of the illusion or anything. They're like legit children. Like they cared about their parents and stuff like that. And they talk about them and stuff.
It makes me wonder though, like if they were to leave,
what would they turn into?
Like would they disappear or would they stay? Because I mean, again, jumping forward, like, and I kind of have quite like this. It seems like we're getting to the end of the season. But I'm having more questions, every episode. Like it's like they're not answering really anything.
And Agnes is all over the kids. Like even in the intro, she's just all over the kids.
Yeah. So I'm like, I wonder if they're gonna disappear because also with that, like as they're trick or treating throughout Halloween, there's a reference that because I'm like at this point, I'm like we're at episode 6 and there's still not any real reference to Mephisto. Is he actually going to be part of this show, or is it really just going to be Wanda? But then when they were trick or treating, you had Quicksilver. He called them Demon Spawn. So I'm like, is that an Easter egg, or is that something that's actually gonna?
No, it was an Easter egg because after that she said he said something about kicking ass and she said kick ass and that was
they referenced kick ass. But there's a lot of stuff that he kind of mentions because they do, and I'm glad they did do it, but they did like finally approach or talk about the fact that like why does he look different? And instead of saying, "Oh, I'm from another universe" or anything like that, he basically says she caused him to look like that.
Exactly.
But I'm like, but is that real? Because a lot of people are saying like they think he's Mephisto.
Quicksilver?
Yeah, in disguise. Because there's a lot that he knows that he shouldn't.
If you see the memes, everybody's Mephisto.
Yeah, it's true. They're like the mailman's Mephisto. This person, yeah, it's true. But I'm like, but there's a lot of stuff that even if he,
in my opinion, I'm kind of going back to where you were at before about the white guy, the captain of sword. I'm starting to think that he Mephisto now because you said he was trigger happy before, and I just thought he was white. But
I don't think he's Mephisto. I think he's like a Hydra agent.
This episode, he wants her dead. Like he wants Wanda dead. It's like he's looking for any reason to pull that trigger.
I've been going to what you said. He's white.
He's white.
That was in my head the whole time. Soon as he started going full white cop, soon as he started going full Blue Lives Matter, I was like, Ron, he's white. But yeah. So with Wanda, like, there's a lot with Quicksilver. There's a lot of stuff that I feel like he shouldn't know. And why I kind of lean into the fact that maybe he might be Mephisto, because like even again jumping, because we're gonna jump around a lot, guys. So bear with us. But jumping to the end where he was like he knows that Vision's dead. He's like, oh, your husband can't die twice, can he, or something like that.
He said everything though. If you go a little back further than that, he said, "Where'd you get these kids from?" Yeah.
So it's like, how do you know all this?
And he brought up all the things that she's doing to people, and he didn't shame her at all. I don't know if that was to get her comfortable, to get something from her, or it's because he's really her brother. I don't know. No,
I think it's to get something, like to maybe learn something, interrogate, to get to learn the secret.
She was surprised like that.
To learn how to solve. Yeah, learn how to solve.
She was surprised that he didn't shame her. You know, it's like, you're fine with this. You're fine with me doing this stuff to all these people's minds, taking these kids and doing whatever. He was like, yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah, and that's not a normal thing.
No, but also in some ways it is very. Granted, I don't think he's the Quicksilver from the comics, but it is very Quicksilver-like, because Quicksilver was the one that tricked her or encouraged her to create House of M. Yeah. So
yeah, it could just be that. Maybe he's being comic book Quicksilver and seeing what else he can get out of her. Oh, she can do this, then she can make this world however she wants. Then I can get something out of it too. So maybe that's his angle. Maybe not evil, but just mischievous, which we never got from the original MCU Quicksilver. Yeah, no. Which, speaking of the original MCU Quicksilver, I just remembered, like, this was actually the first time, really since Age of Ultron, that they even showed him. Like when they showed they showed him in the clip.
Yeah, previously on WandaVision, I was like, oh, that's Aaron Taylor Johnson. So again, I'm like,
they're acknowledging it. They're acknowledging everything.
They acknowledge, which is the first time, because he's never been acknowledged before. So I'm at least glad he's getting referenced, but I'm still holding out hope that he's the Luke Skywalker at the end. Like he actually. Well,
yeah, that maybe it's possible. But when Wanda had that similar flash that she had with Vision with Quicksilver, it wasn't Aaron Taylor Johnson. It was
it was Evan Peters.
Yeah, when she saw the dead body and stuff. So,
which I'm also wondering, what's that about?
Yeah,
because he does reference. He says something about being shot. And then he woke up and he said he knew Wanda needed him or something like that.
Yeah, so he came.
Yeah. But came from where?
But he knows he died, you know?
Yeah.
But everybody knows that Quicksilver died, so in the MCU, so.
In the MCU, yeah.
Yeah.
But then I like the fact that, because he did mention, like, where were you keeping these kids all the time? She's like, oh, well, you were probably ethical. You probably just had them sleeping the whole time. But I'm like, I don't know. It's something, because like even when you saw Vision like walking around and you saw the people, like you saw the woman like with the shower curtain, like trying to put up the decorations, and she was like, it's like she was glitching, and then she had like the one tear going down her face. So you saw some people,
but that was closer to the edge of town too. So.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if to show her like her reach can only go but so far,
or she was only focused on a certain area. What do you think about them saying that a few episodes ago about Monica saying that the event was happening already and Wanda might have just slowed it down?
I mean, that could be it, because even I'm
gonna just throw my whole theory out there right now.
Okay,
I think
go ahead.
That could be the truth. Maybe it's Mephisto, maybe it's Agnes, and she stopped that event, and the entire thing, the conversation with Agnes and Vision was fake. Like Agnes did that to push Vision out to get Wanda to expand the reach of the hexagon or whatever, the hex. I think that entire conversation was fake.
That could be.
She said, Wanda won't let us go past this point right here. How about you go? Pretty much what she did. How about you go? You know, you want to save everybody. How about you go?
And I mean, that could be it. But I was like, my take of that situation is it kind of made it seem like even
Agnes is too involved to get caught up like that. She knows where she at. She knew exactly what she was doing, and she knew where Vision was at too. She set that whole thing up, in my opinion.
Okay. So yeah, that's a different thing. Because I was like, when Vision woke her up and stuff, I was like, even though I do think she's Agatha Harkness, but I was like, even she's not even really fully in control of the situation, because
I mean, Wanda's the only one fully in control, but she's manipulating Wanda.
I mean,
She tried to get Wanda to bring the dog back.
She tried. Oh no, she definitely killed that dog.
Exactly. So let's not forget that. And she got the naughty pants on in the intro. Like that was the double down for me. Like, oh no, she's up to something. And then at that point when they got there and she had that conversation with him, it was like, I'm not saying it's like the acting was different.
So you think she wasn't actually like frozen in time?
No, it was all an act. And even the acting was different because the actress, she's a really good actress. But when she was like yelling at Vision, it was like kind of like out of control acting, like she was acting within acting, if that makes any sense. Like it was fake.
Okay. I like that. I like that theory. That's not what I was thinking, but I like that. I like that. I think Dottie is running thing. That brought up I was like, we haven't seen Dottie in a couple episodes.
Yeah.
So
we still ain't seen this nigga. This dude Ralph.
No, we still ain't. But at least we never seen Ralph. We've at least seen Dottie. Like, where is she? So yeah, I don't know. But the conversation. But yeah, what was I saying about the conversation that her and Quicksilver were having? But yeah, like her. Oh yeah, I remember now. But her saying like when she was talking to Quicksilver, finally like let down her mask and was actually just talking to her brother, and she was just like, honestly, I don't know how any of this started. Yeah, how I did it. All I know is I just felt this pit of emptiness. Yeah. And it kind of makes me wonder because then when you get to the commercial of this episode, which I thought was like the darkest one, and then the weirdest one and the most out there, because every commercial prior to this one was always about Wanda's trauma. You could always connect it to events that happened in Wanda throughout the Avengers movies. But this one was completely divorced from that. And then, of course, which is very like early, late 90s, 2000s, they had like the clay stop animation. Yeah. And it was dope. But it didn't have the actors that we've been seeing, who my theory is those are her parents. Before Magneto shows up. But it was a guy, like a little kid stuck on a deserted island. He's like, oh, I'm so hungry. And then you see a shark show up and he's like, I used to be hungry too until I started snacking on your magic. So I'm like, I'm like, is that a Mephisto reference? Mephisto is the shark. And maybe he made a deal with Wanda, like he said, because anything. Same thing about Wanda probably felt like, I'll do anything to give Vision back, to have this happiness or whatever. And so maybe they made like a Faustian type of bargain, and now he's snacking on her magic. And I guess it makes sense with your theory of Agatha is manipulating her. Maybe her expanding the world is now expanding her magic, and now he can feed on more of the town the more stuff she does that she's not supposed to do, maybe the stronger he gets. Because not only is the more rules she breaks. Yeah, not only is the town bigger, there's more people in it because those people from the sword and Darcy, which there's a comment that somebody said that I was actually thinking that if Darcy turns into a character from Two Broke Girls, I'll be dead. So that's if it's a perfect opportunity. Next episode, that shit would be hilarious. It's a perfect opportunity for that to happen. Yeah. So I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah, he could be your magic, snacking on your magic, and nobody else survives. But I also think that Quicksilver might have been trying to get her to bring back their parents. When he's like, Mom and Dad would have loved to see this, I think it's all like still shaming her, like she brought Vision back when she could do all these things, but the thing she chose to do was bring back Vision, and she's not going to get to keep him at the end. So, oh no, she's definitely not going to get to keep exactly. Him. Even when he left the hex, which kind of makes me question about how this worked because he was starting to disintegrate. Yeah, he didn't turn into this dead stone cold body Vision with the stone missing, which is what I thought. I thought that's going to happen, and it's not what happened. But like. Because we know, or at least we think, and then the stone didn't disappear either, which is really creeping me out. Yeah, so that's what I was going to get to, because it's like we know that Wanda, or at least we think Wanda, because footage can be manipulated. We saw Wanda go into the building to steal Vision's body, but remember we had questions about that because he's like, why is he showing that now? But my question is, if she used those body parts to bring him back together, why was he disintegrating as if he didn't exist? That was my question. I was like, so is he actually really there? Because otherwise, I feel like those body parts would have started to fall away.
Yeah, like the head would have turned into that dented head or something like that.
Not him disintegrating as if he was like part of the snap.
But he never really escaped the barrier, so who knows? Like even when he was reaching out, you could see the red around. He was still in the barrier. So
yeah, but let me address this real quick. Thank you, Rosalind. Yes, please, if you guys are here, 24 people. Thank you so much for joining. Please hit that like button. I appreciate it. It's the YouTube algorithm. Got to hit the like button. Even if you got people watching, if people don't hit the like button, YouTube be like, I guess people don't like the stream, so let me not recommend it to other people. That's how YouTube works. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. But yeah, but I thought that commercial was like creepy as like it was very creepy. Fred Norfleet, you and I are on the same page. What you about to say? If
she has those powers in general, like I know she probably wasn't thinking about it back then, but like when they were the only ones to survive that explosion, in Sokovia or whatever, she didn't try to bring back her parents then. I thought that's kind of what the commercial might have been about, survivors and what maybe can do.
But remember,
your idea sounds better.
remember, according to Age of Ultron, they didn't get their powers until after that explosion. They got their powers from being experimented on by Baron Zemo. I mean, not Zemo. Zemo's Civil War. What was the guy's name? Strucker.
Oh, at least that's what they think. They could retcon that into something else.
Yeah, they could definitely retcon it.
Yeah.
But yeah, even going to, I think they're melding the 2000s and the 90s. That commercial was definitely very 90s.
Yeah.
But
how do you feel about the first mutant, I believe, that we've seen in the MCU now?
You talking about Billy and are they
speaking of mutants? They're mutants. They got reincarnated into being mutants. They're mutants.
True. That's mutants. True. But speaking of which, talking about mutants, was that a reference to Toad when she was like, "Who was that guy in the orphanage?" And he had the weird skin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, is that Toad?
Nah, she didn't say anything about powers or anything.
No, she didn't say anything about powers, but weird skin. He's an orphan. Like Toad was an orphan. He has weird skin.
You're reaching.
I'm
There's a whole mutant called Skin.
Yeah, but she didn't say his skin was saggy.
Yeah, weird.
Well,
yeah.
But I could be reaching a little bit, but I'm just like, but that's the one of the brilliant things about this show. You don't know what to look for.
Yeah,
because again, like every episode, they're not answering any questions yet. They're just more and more like they're just posting more and more questions to you.
I wonder why Wanda doesn't. I know she's controlling everything, but she doesn't ask questions. Like when the kids develop power, she didn't say anything. Like she was like,
no, she was happy. Like when Tommy first got his powers, she was excited.
Yeah,
her and Quicksilver or Pietro were excited.
Of course, Pietro was gonna be excited.
Yeah,
but,
and I was excited too. Like,
yeah, me too. But I'm saying she didn't question it or anything. Like, it's not like she had. I don't know. Did she plan this, or did she create their powers, or is that part of her whole thing, or she just doesn't care?
Yeah, I think she probably doesn't care because she didn't even question it was they themselves that were aging themselves. Which I guess now, based on this episode, that was Billy doing it, not Tommy.
Exactly.
So he must. I'm assuming he had his powers before. Obviously, he must have had his powers before this episode. But it didn't really, I guess, develop until this episode.
Until his father was in danger.
Yeah, until his father was in danger. But part of me, I'm a little nervous. I was like, even though I was hyped, I was like, oh shit, Wiccan and Speed on this episode. I'm like, why is Marvel teasing it this early? Because they're not the Young Avengers yet. So I'm like, are they not going to make it out?
Oh, maybe they will make it. I think they have to make it out because the only other way to bring them back in was to like reincarnate them, and that would take too long for them to be Young Avengers, So maybe they do make it out, but they're not with Wanda, definitely not.
I mean, maybe because I was just like, because I was like, even though I was excited to see Wiccan and Speed, I was like, it's a little early for them to be Wiccan and Speed in this because that's basically what they are. So I'm just like, is this Marvel just dropping it because it's just they're not going to make it out of this show?
No, they definitely
because I definitely don't feel like the show's gonna it's not gonna end on a happy ending at all.
It shouldn't.
No,
it's definitely gonna wind up with Wanda in the straitjacket, 100%.
Wanda gotta go to jail.
Gotta go to jail. You've done too much.
I mean, but maybe not. Doctor Strange may come take her and put her in a coma or something. Or
and a thing that stood out to me is I blame Wanda the last time we talked about for everything hurting people, but they never said Wanda's hurting people. They just kept saying she's hurting me, she's hurting me.
Yeah,
so that could be Agatha.
It could be it could be Agatha. Because talking about who's it could be like a red herring, like when Norm was like, "Oh, she's hurting me." Like it could maybe just like I mentioned, they're combining the 90s and the 2000s in the show. Maybe they're combining Mephisto and Agatha into one.
Mm-hmm.
So we're busy looking for one, Mephisto character. Maybe Agnes is both Mephisto and Agatha Harkness.
I seen a meme like Agatha's not even in this. That an MCU going to have to make a season 2 and throw Mephisto in it just to please us.
And I mean, I saw that like people, because a lot of people wonder like, is there going to be a season 2? Honestly, I don't think so.
No, it shouldn't. I mean, maybe just give us an extra episode, maybe.
Yeah, but they're not, because we're just getting to 9 episodes.
Yeah, and like I said, I think the Loki show should probably deal with some of this too, like multiverse type level stuff. If that's what.
Yeah, because that's essentially what the Loki show is going to be about, like time travel and dealing with the dealing with the multiverse.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't even know, because I'm still thinking about that theory that you mentioned about Agatha manipulating Vision, and I'm just like, but like I don't know, like she just seemed like she didn't know.
Nah, the naughty pants made me double down on it. No, she knows. That's the thing. She was pretending she didn't know. She was waiting right there at the corner of the last place you can go, waiting right there.
But also remember, like almost everybody in town was kind of like frozen at the edge of town.
Why would she go there? They were there because they were new. They were like people with kids or something like that or whatever. Why was she there? She's been practically living with them. She has no business over there.
Yeah, that's true. And then, I mean, even Vision kind of mentioned, he's like, you got lost in the town
that you grew up in. Even
though she didn't. But
even if she did it, she's one of the people who knows. She knows.
Yeah, she knows.
She's not supposed to be there then, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, her and Herb. Her and Herb are the ones that know.
So she knows she's not supposed to be there. So why was she there?
And not even just that. I also found it interesting because I going back to like it was. I don't know if there's like a glitch in Wanda's control of the town. Because remember when she was talking to Herb and he was like on the phone with somebody or whatever. When Pietro was with the kids and he was like, "What? All the candy is missing? It didn't happen yet." Soon as he said it, it happened.
It happened. Yeah, like everything is scripted.
Yeah, so I was like, is that maybe him also helping Wanda to manipulate the town? Like what he says? Because remember, he asked, do you want me to change anything? Which kind of makes it seem like he has the ability to change stuff for her. Like he's like a sentry for her.
He talks to the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah.
Or maybe like in combination with Agnes, they're like Wanda's foot soldiers, more or less.
They're the production team.
Yeah, they're the stage manager and the assistant stage manager.
Yeah,
because I thought that was interesting when he said that. It's like, oh, they got silly string on them, and then it happens. The pumpkins are smashed, and then it happens. I'm like, is that a glitch or is that purposeful?
Yeah, everything is on purpose. Like I said, Agatha's she's dirty because there's no way she should have been there right at the corner. She led him out there. She set him up to get what she wanted. Yeah,
because I mean, it's not. It can't, because it can't be a coincidence that literally after that happened.
Yeah,
like she knew. She probably knew Vision because she said he's dead, so she knew he can't go out that one. And then what happened?
Exactly.
Wanda expanded the world. So I mean, now that you said that, I agree with you actually. But jumping into the real world outside of the sitcom element of the world, going into white man being trigger happy, like you could tell he had an ulterior motive from like almost kind of from jump.
Yeah, but now it's like he's not hiding it at all.
Yeah, now he's not hiding it at all.
Yeah,
and even like a little bit the veiled racism that he kind of said when he looked at Darcy and then he was like, do you work for me? She's like, no, I don't know. Then when Monica was like, no, she's with me. And then he was like, which one of you is the sassy best friend?
Yeah,
I was like,
that was sexist as hell.
Yeah, I was like, what? Wanda, like, put the guns back on his ass.
Yeah.
Talking about somebody need to go to jail. No, he need to go to jail. He need to go to jail.
Yeah.
But
and that's definitely not the attitude he had when we were first introduced him.
He definitely like did a full like fucking 180.
Yeah, definitely.
And what was you about? What was you about to say?
The stuff with Monica talking. I'm confused. Like Monica and they talking about her blood work and stuff like that. And because she had been through the portal twice. something was different. I'm wondering about everybody who's been in there then. Yeah, they have to leave, right?
Well, yeah, because also remember when Darcy first showed up, they said as of right now, they don't think the radiation that Wanda created or whoever, Agnes, whoever created to make this world is affecting people negatively now. But I guess maybe the longer you're in it, kind of almost like an X-ray.
Yeah.
You get an X-ray, it doesn't like nothing happened. Like there's not enough radiation. But if you're sitting under an X-ray machine constantly, you're constantly getting an X-ray.
But there's people who've been in there way longer than Monica, and
but they haven't been in and out. Okay. Like they haven't been actually through the barrier.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think that makes it a little bit worse.
Yeah.
And so it definitely tells you right then and there, like it's confirmed. Yeah, Monica's developed. She's getting her powers, or she doesn't have it yet. Like maybe she's gonna go into Westview one more time, and that's gonna like solidify her becoming. I'm gonna say Captain Marvel, even though it's not
definitely. But you think
80s Captain Marvel?
How do you think Agent So and So is gonna act once he gets in the bubble? Once he's in there, he should be under Wanda's control, but I don't know. I don't think it's gonna play out that way. I think he's gonna be in there and somehow regain his consciousness.
Talking about Agent, the only agent,
the guy, the Captain of Sword or whatever his name is.
Oh no, he's not in there.
He did. Oh, he made it out. When
he made it out because remember he was on the walkie-talkie. Like, is anybody there?
Yeah. And
pretty much the entire sword division. So, which also means they won't be able to look at the TV show anymore.
Yeah, they don't. Well, we will.
Well, yeah, we will. That's all that matters.
I think that was a good move. Like, it's good for the plot, but that was a good move by Wanda, just expanding the field. It's like, okay, I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. I'm going to save Vision, and I'm going to get rid of you, all of you anyway.
Because she could have just stopped. She could have just stopped the Vision, but she kept going. She took in the whole. Yeah. Which also, and I'm like kind of glad because it puts us in uncharted territory because all the footage, all the stills, the trailers, everything that we've seen from this show have been the first 6 episodes. Now we're into episodes 7, 8, and 9. We're in uncharted territory.
Yeah.
We don't know. I don't know where the show is going to go at this point. We haven't really seen anything going. Well, there's one moment where they show her talking into the camera and she's in like that blue robe. But other than that, we haven't really seen.
You're right. We haven't seen anything past
anything other. So I'm like really curious of where the show is going to go after this. But yeah, I definitely think Monica's going to get her powers. And then she brings up the person that she mentioned last week about the aerospace engineer.
Yeah, either it's Riri, Shuri, Susan Storm, Reed Richards.
But yeah, I was thinking maybe Riri, but then she mentions it's a guy. She said she said my guy will be here in an hour.
Cho.
it could be Amadeus Cho. Because I was thinking that too. I'm like, I was like, they've introduced Amadeus Cho's mother in Age of Ultron, but they never did anything with it. What if this
sprinkled it in, waiting, you know?
Yeah, I'm like, what if this is now the introduction to Amadeus? Like, I would love that.
Yeah, and then you get Cho, and you got Wu, and you can do Agents of Atlas. Yeah,
because I mean, they're already like the internet is already pushing for Jimmy Woo to get his own show, and I would love to see Jimmy Woo get his own show too, especially after he took down those sword agents with Monica.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
And Darcy's like, why didn't anybody warn me?
I think Darcy's gonna be hilarious within the Hex.
Oh no! I mean, I feel like it'd be a missed opportunity if they don't make her the Two Broke Girls character.
Yeah,
but yeah, people were saying Mr. Fantastic. Somebody else said Blue Marvel. I mean, I was thinking that too, but now I'm like, I don't know if they'll introduce.
If they introduce Blue Marvel, like
especially Blue Marvel, Blue Marvel's not coming. Especially not in WandaVision.
Yes, that's like. I think
they're gonna put. Yeah, I feel like they're gonna do a little bit more groundwork if they do Blue Marvel.
Yeah,
but Reed Richards, I'm like, Reed Richards might be too big of a character to introduce.
And during this,
I feel like Amadeus Cho, I feel like would be the perfect.
I mean, I want them to introduce Dr. Doom in Armor Wars, but that's another story.
I mean, that would be great.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I know it would.
hopefully, if they introduce Dr. Doom, they actually make him like cast an actual Romani person and not another white guy to play Dr. Doom, since he is of Romani descent.
Yeah, I actually like the guy that played Dr. Doom as an actor. I think he's a good actor.
You talking about Julian McMahon from Charmed?
Yeah, I like him.
I mean, I like him too, but no.
I'm not saying I want to play Dr. Doom. I'm just saying.
But yeah. So when Darcy and more into the real world, when they were sneaking into Hayward's laboratory or whatever, they kind of revealed that he knows more than what he's been leading on. Not only has he been tracking Vision, which he didn't tell anybody, but he has another way of looking into like a satellite type of image way.
Oh, so maybe he's gonna be watching the episode.
I mean, maybe, but it wasn't like it didn't show like the episode. It was like more like Google Maps.
Yeah,
basically.
Google Maps.
Yeah. So he's able to track and that, like, the fact that he's so gun ho about Vision, like, it tells me, I definitely feel like they were trying to create or use Vision to create, like, make a weapon. Like, all this talk about, it goes against Vision's wishes and all.
And even if you didn't want to turn him into like a weapon, like a Vision weapon, he's made out of vibranium. Just having vibranium is like a gold mine in itself. Yeah,
that you can do a shit ton with vibranium.
Yeah.
So, and then the fact that once Vision came out of the portal, he was kind of like standing there. He was waiting, like he almost had a smile on his face, waiting for Vision to like disintegrate because he wants Vision's body for some reason. And I think it's to turn him to a weapon.
So maybe he's like Hydra, like you said.
Yeah, Hydra or AIM.
Yeah.
Or both. I mean, AIM works for Hydra at one point.
Yeah. Have we seen AIM in MCU? No, right?
We haven't seen AIM in the MCU. But again, the internet with their theories, the AIM logo is a hexagon. And remember, they were asking in episode 4, they were like, why is everything hexagon shape? Maybe that, I don't know, maybe that could be an AIM reference.
I don't know, maybe we'll get some MODOK or something like that. Or
I don't know, they're definitely not gonna do it.
They could do MODOK, you know, they're crazy.
I mean, at least not in this show.
No, not in this show, but in general.
Yeah, hold on, wait, what is this? I don't remember this part. What about the part when Wanda says case of the Mondays? Am I right? I don't remember. When did she say that? Yeah, I don't remember. Do you remember her saying that?
No. At when? What time? Like around what scene?
Yeah, Donna, if you could elaborate more. I don't remember. Yeah, when did she say that? And then also, what was that in reference to? Because I'm like, considering the show came out on Friday.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, somebody said I think that's going to be next week. Oh yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was in the promo for when she was in the blue robe.
Oh.
Case of the Mondays. But yeah, I don't necessarily know what that was in reference to. But going into more, because I want to talk more about Speed and Wiccan. I love I loved it, but I'm still nervous. But the moment that because you saw, Tommy enjoying the fact that he got super speed running around town and using powers to play pranks, and she even referenced that he can break the speed barrier, which is how fast he can go.
Sound barrier, not speed barrier.
I mean speed barrier, sound barrier.
Yeah, no, that's two different barriers.
Yeah, it's two different. Yeah. That's DC.
Yeah.
But when Wiccan, almost in a mutant kind of way, like they are kind of mutants, but like when he heard his father, and he like uses powers to like stop Tommy from running, I was like,
like I also like it was an informative scene, like I said, because they care about their father, so they're not just like figments of Mephisto or Agnes or something like that. That they really are her children.
Yeah, I mean they care about all their even Pietro, even the fact that he just showed up last week, like you can still tell us like, oh, that's our uncle. Like they had a playful relationship when he pretended to be a vampire and started chasing them around the house.
Yeah.
And how Wiccan, which I thought was funny, he was like, I'm scared because he's like because he sleeps all day. He was like he might be a vampire, all that. Like I like the family dynamic banter.
Yeah.
But just the coolness of like when Wiccan was able to just stop him in his tracks, and even Billy was impressed. He was like, "Whoa, that's cool, bro!" And how it almost kind of showed like he was able to sense things that even Wanda couldn't sense.
Exactly. Why couldn't she sense it? I was wondering about that. So maybe she really doesn't have control over Vision anymore because she couldn't sense that.
No, not at all. But then it makes me wonder, because I mean, at a certain point, Wiccan is going to be more powerful than Wanda once he becomes like the demiurge or whatever. So it makes me like, I'm like, is that a reference to that? Or is it a reference to, Wanda just losing control over Vision, or maybe not paying as much attention to him as she should?
And that's another thing. She just saved him, but when he sees her again, they're gonna have it out.
Oh no, they're definitely gonna have it out.
Exactly.
He's gonna remember leaving Westview. Just like he which it did make me wonder why he didn't bring it up, because all of a sudden, because remember he was like, why are there no kids in all of Westview?
And now all of a sudden, the mad kids pop up.
There's like, mad kids.
Like, you ain't slick, Wanda.
He ain't say nothing.
Because he didn't want her to stop him from doing his investigation or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why he said, I'm gonna let y'all go trick or treat and I'm gonna go see what's up.
Yeah, because even he again, we're jumping around a lot, but that's fine. Who cares? But like even right before he left, he almost kind of very ominously, he like kissed Wanda. He didn't even kiss her on the lips. He kissed her on like the cheek. And a very like, no, bitch, I'm mad at you. Like, yeah. But he kissed her on the cheek and he was like, be good.
Yeah, be good.
Yeah, basically like, don't fuck nothing up.
Yeah, because you crazy.
Well, I'm going. Yeah. Real crazy.
Yeah.
And yes, Mia Moore. Billy is Wiccan and Tommy is Speed. So, or he was first Asgardian.
Asgardian. We talked about that.
But then he changed his name because it was stupid. Which I'm also like, I hope they change Hulkland's name at some point, like in the comics.
Yeah.
Because it has nothing to do with the Hulk.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, when he first was on the Young Avengers team, it was like, he doesn't have anything to do with the Hulk, but he was imitating the Hulk.
Yeah, he was imitating but kind of like Wick. Like his name was Asgardian at first, but then he changed it.
Yeah.
So let him change Hulkling. Like I think it's stupid, especially also when we got
he's royalty and all that stuff too. Like
especially when we got like Amadeus Hulk, Cho Hulk. He should be Hulkling.
Yeah, he should have been Hulkling. Yeah, or maybe even now. Yeah.
Yeah. But what else? What else is there?
Did you follow the last event they had? With the Skrulls and the like zombies or some shit like that, plants.
Who?
In Marvel.
You talking about Empire?
Yeah, Empire. You followed Empire?
Yeah. And when he blocked Thor's hammer with the Excelsior sword.
Yeah, that was pretty dope.
That was dope. But I'm wondering. I'm like, does the sword increase his power, or does he just? Because I still am not completely sure what that sword does.
I don't know. Have you seen the previews for the Guardians of the Galaxy book?
Yeah, I know he's supposed to be on the Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm wondering what.
Yeah. I'm
wondering what they're gonna do. And plus, it's Al. I have faith in Al Ewing. So
always.
Especially when Al Ewing writes space stuff. I love.
Yes, he's back in space. Is what I said when I saw it. Yeah. Like, Al Ewing's back in space.
The only thing I kind of wish, going back like with the twins, like. I feel like they give Wiccan a lot of play, but Speed they don't really like.
I mean, he got to use his powers.
Well, no, I don't mean in the show. I mean like in the comics.
Oh yeah.
Like all he's really been on is the Young Avengers.
Yeah, but his power set. I mean, what are you really gonna do with him?
I mean, but you can say that about anybody. You can say that about like Prodigy. Like his power set is just to be smart.
True. Yeah, but we haven't seen him in a while. Hopefully, he gets brought back.
I mean, granted, he made a cameo in X Factor, but that was just a cameo. But like Wiccan's been on like the new Avengers team with Sunspot. They put him on strike. They put him on Strike Force
because of his power set. He's more useful.
Yeah, he is more useful. But like, he's baby Quicksilver. Quicksilver's been on like X Factor, this team, that team.
But why use him when you can use Quicksilver for anything? So. Yeah,
but he's baby Quicksilver. But
do you think that Pietro's going to make it to all the episodes?
I don't know. I don't think he's going to, because I don't think he's actually Pietro.
Yeah.
So maybe Evan Peters might make it, but not as Pietro.
Okay, maybe.
But thank Dust Daughters. Hey, how's it going? Thank you so much for this $19.99. I feel good. $20 on me. Like, what is going on? Like, I hope you guys ain't wasting your money. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna pull a Sally Field, like, you like me, you really like me. But yeah,
But
no, I don't.
If he's not Pietro, do you think that the real Pietro will show up? Or
I hope so, because I still think about this Luke Skywalker moment.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't that before. But the thing is, even with Vision, she had to bring his body in. She didn't go and get Pietro's body, did she? Did they bury Pietro at the end of Age of Ultron?
Maybe. Are you talking about the Aaron Taylor Johnson Pietro?
Yeah. Where's his body at?
Well, because I'm trying to remember. I remember Hawkeye took his body off of Sokovia and was on the Shield life carriers or whatever. So maybe they buried his body on Hawkeye's farm.
Maybe. I keep thinking back to that movie, like all the technology they got. How is he dead? Like, how was he dead?
What are you talking about? Quick.
Yeah. How is he dead? Like all the technology they have. Hawkeye's not dead. He ain't got no powers, but Quicksilver's dead.
Yeah, but Hawkeye ain't get shot with like a whole bunch of fucking bullets. Even though, granted, I know it was a Fox thing why he died, but I'm like, your power is super speed, bro.
Yeah,
like,
it was a Fox thing.
You can't dodge bullets. Like, that's the most way for a speedster to go. A speedster dying from bullets.
It couldn't happen to the other Quicksilver because his speed powers were like way more proficient.
I know, like Evan Peters Quicksilver. Yeah, he was like the Flash.
Yeah, he stopped.
Quicksilver's not that.
Quicksilver's not that and shit out the air.
Yeah, Quicksilver's not that fast.
Yeah.
What is it? Also, I feel like Billy and Tommy are going to be involved with their parents' argument about the city. Maybe. I think Wiccan will play a bigger role or be sidelined. At least in this show, I think Wiccan is going to play a bigger role, especially now that he is like kind of like really come. I think both of them are like now that they're coming into their powers.
Yeah. And
Billy already mentioned in the beginning of the episode where he was just like, "Oh yeah, mom and dad, they've been fighting or whatever." Like they
opened up with them talking.
Yeah, they notice things are off, and so maybe they're gonna start figuring out.
How come they didn't question the fact that that the kids just popped up? Like there weren't any kids before, and the kids just popped up. Are Billy and Tommy in school? Like what's going on? What's going on? I don't know.
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe they're gonna start realizing things aren't in the town.
This is not a normal life. Yeah.
Because I mean that's a good thing. Like, are they in school? Probably not. Because they even mentioned like where Wanda was like, this is their first Halloween, even though they're like 14.
Maybe Wiccan's gonna bring Sparky back to life.
Or maybe he's gonna try to bring Sparky back to life.
Yeah,
and that might fuck something up because we haven't. Because even though we saw him come into his powers, the power that we saw him use was kind of like when Wanda first started, telepathy and telekinesis. We didn't really see him. I mean, besides aging them up, we didn't really see him like warp reality like he can in the comics. So I guess it's just again, I don't know. Like I feel like this episode more than any of the others just posed so many questions.
Yeah, like I'm still the Mind Stone. Like when Vision was coming out, like I said, he didn't disintegrate, but like that Mind Stone is it a fake Mind Stone or is it?
It has to be because remember when Wanda saw him, his head was dented.
Exactly.
So I'm like, so what? Which one is? Will the real Vision please stand up? Like I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Like I feel like this episode out of all the other episodes is the hardest to talk about. Because I don't know what the fuck is happening. Like, there's just so many questions being posed.
And at some point, since Wanda isn't controlling him at this point, does Vision get his memories back, or is he like a whole nother Vision and he just can't have those memories?
I mean, he could be a whole nother Vision because remember, that's another thing when Agatha, when she mentioned that he's an Avenger, and he was like, "What's an Avenger?"
Exactly, and I said that a couple episodes ago. Like he definitely doesn't remember being an Avenger.
Yeah,
but he still has like the spirit, like the personality of Vision. Like he's a hero. Like he wants to stop this.
Yeah, but
so
then
he's definitely Vision, but it might be a different Vision, or like I don't know if she mind wiped him or.
And then even she was confused. Agnes was like, "Why don't you know that?"
Yeah.
So,
but she wasn't though. I'm telling you, she wasn't. She wasn't confused.
Well, no, confused in the sense
there you
where
go, confused.
he's like putting the seeds in.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about it now. Because I'm like, now that you say that, because I'm like, I jump back to episode 3, where she was about to warn Vision about Monica. It's like, why is she here? You know, she doesn't have a house. Like, her and Herb are the two out of everybody in the town.
They know the most.
They're the two that know the most, and maybe even Dottie. Because remember, Dottie was like, I know you, like you don't belong here. I know what you are about. Which still makes me wonder where the fuck is Dottie? Maybe
they got rid of her ass.
Maybe. I feel like they would say Fox Quicksilver is so OP. He was able to take a moment of Dre attack while in the man. Yeah, he was definitely able to. He was able to save like an entire mansion exploded. Like he's like he's the Flash.
That was Flash. Yeah, they embellished his powers a lot.
And granted, I definitely felt like he had a cool action scene.
Yeah, every film he did. Every film,
which is why I think people like him more than Aaron Taylor Johnson. But in terms
exactly why, though.
Yeah, in terms of his portrayal, I like Aaron Taylor Johnson better. But also talking about portrayals, and again, I feel like the show is just so meta, and like they know what they're doing. Like I like the fact that when Wanda was like questioning, like because she's trying to figure out why he looks so different, and he says that she made it look like she made him do that. And then they mentioned Shangri-La. Well, I was like, why does that sound so familiar? So I was like, I wanted to ask you. I'm like, is that in the comics?
Shangri-La. The only thing I can think of is Shangri-La is like, what's the name of Silver Surfer's home planet?
Zenla.
And his wife's name was Shalabal. All that stuff sounds like Shangri-La, but
it sounds like it. But I'm like Shangri-La. I'm like, why does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
But talking about how she made him look different because she doesn't want to be reminded of the past, which I'm like, whatever. But then even when she was questioning him, like, do you remember this? Do you remember that?
I think could be a House M reference because House of M was their Shangri-La. So
yeah, it was. But then when also in the beginning when he was like when she came down in the Scarlet Witch outfit and she was like, I'm a Sokovian fortune teller, which gives an origin to what that costume, which would, like if she does end up wearing that costume, like in a real world context, we know what it means. But then he was like, that reminds me of when Mom and I or whatever. She's like, that's not quite how I remember. How I remember that. So I'm like, again, questions. So I'm like, is that a multiverse reference?
I don't, but even if it's a multiverse, it couldn't even be the Fox Quicksilver. It had to be an additional Quicksilver.
No, it has to be another because he's American.
Exactly, he's American, and he didn't have a sister. He had a sister, but it was Polaris. It wasn't Wanda.
Well, was it Polaris? Because she didn't have green. She didn't have green hair. It was just a little.
I think he called her Lorna. I haven't seen those movies in a while, but I'm pretty sure he called her Lorna.
Because I know it was just a little kid.
Yeah, it was a little girl.
But I didn't know who it was.
I think he called her Lorna.
But so there's that. The fact that they don't quite remember things the same. And then also he wasn't really fully answering her questions when she was just like, what was the name of that kid? And he was like, you're testing me. So I'm like, is he deflecting because he doesn't know the answer? But then also when but I'm glad I like this moment because the way it happened. But like when Wanda called him out and was like, why don't you have an act? Like, what happened to your accent? And he was like, hey, what happened to yours?
Exactly. After the first movie, everybody lose their accents.
Yeah.
Like Storm and Black Widow.
Pretty much. But I like that moment because Wanda don't have her accent either.
Except for when you mentioned last episode about her when she
went out
started leaking out. Yeah. That was great acting.
But then it also like references like if which I don't think it is, but if this is Fox Quicksilver, he wouldn't have an accent
exactly
because he was from
and
America.
He didn't have that sister.
Yeah, so. He didn't have the same sister. But then they're still, even though they're not really brother and sister, they still kind of interact like they are brother and sister because them, like the moment when he was just like, oh, I had fun, a lot of yada yada, like. I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm so fucking confused. I need answers. That's really what I need.
You said a lot of people think that he's Mephisto, and the fact that he popped up as soon as like the kids were talking about him, maybe that could have been what's the name's powers too? That could have been Wiccan's powers too.
Wait, say that again.
him Quicksilver popping up after the kids were asking about him. That could have been Wiccan's power as well.
Yeah, I mean, that could have been. Maybe the reason he looks different is because Wiccan is the one that summoned him.
And he doesn't know what he looks like.
Yeah, not Wanda.
And he doesn't know what he looks like.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of questions, like a lot of questions, like even like who is like because Monica and Jimmy Woo went to go meet the person. I want to know who is that person. And as they were driving off, and they saw.
Hopefully, we see next episode. Maybe next episode is the Luke Skywalker moment.
Nah, I think the Luke Skywalker moment might be like the last episode. Yeah, the last episode. Yeah. They might save it for the end.
Yeah. Maybe it's War Machine.
War Machine. Yeah. Nah, it's definitely not War Machine because he's not. Granted, I don't want to say he's stupid, but he's not smart like that to be.
He's a whole colonel.
Yeah, he's a soldier, so he might be like.
Yeah, tech-wise, military-wise.
He's not like building like whatever. When she was like, I need like 300 pounds of neutrons and all this other. He's not like that smart.
Yeah. Wishful thinking.
And plus, I think they said Don Cheadle is going to show up in Falcon and Winter Soldier,
which makes sense.
Not WandaVision. So yeah, it makes sense for Don Cheadle to show up, especially with all the war and which I kind of wonder, like, where in the timeline Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to take place.
I think that's probably going to be one of the better shows. If it deals with did you read the the all new Captain America run with Sam as Captain America? I
haven't read all new Cap, but I did read Truth, Red, White, and Black.
All right. But all new Cap is great because it's like just going through like there's like a whole segment with like the Fox News fucking.
Don't look at me like that. I'm behind on a lot of shit. That's why
there's a segment like every issue with like Fox News saying that's not my Captain America. It's like really realistic and reflecting on the times and stuff. So hopefully the show touches on that.
That's why I got the Marvel Unlimited app so I can like Netflix.
You got the app and you still ain't read it. That book like 4 or 5 years old.
So what? I'm behind. I'm like just starting to read. I just started to read the Vision. I'm on issue 5.
Oh God, you on issue 5 and you ain't got no job. If I had no job, I done read all those books.
Nah, because then I'm on Facebook. Then I'm making TikToks, going live right now for like the last hour.
You got it.
Don't tell me what to do. Then I got to work out.
Don't tell me what to do.
Then I got to read normal fantasy books. I was trying to read more black fantasy books. But what did this comment, Teddy? He said, just looked up Shangri-La. There's Shangri-La 616, and Vision has been there. Didn't find any other details, though. And it said, Vision founded Shangri-La in the 616. Okay, when the fuck did that happen? I never even heard of that. Mm-hmm. And you don't read comics. You should know the answer. Did you read comics, Ron?
Shangri-La doesn't ring a bell. Maybe it's something I read a long time ago.
I gotta do the black head knot. Did you read it?
Maybe I did, and I just don't remember. You can't remember everything. You still got a joggy memory.
Don't feel bad. I'm extremely behind because of manga overload. I got to get back in.
What you reading? Attack on Titan?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. What are you reading? I don't really read manga.
You have to.
Mostly because, like, a lot of manga is all black and white. I don't like black and white books.
Okay, yeah.
I need some colors. Like, that's part of the reason why I couldn't really get into.
They have all color issues sometimes, though.
That's what I was gonna
say. Every 10th issue will be all color or something like that.
That's why I really couldn't get into like the Walking Dead comics because I'm like, I need some color. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm just too juvenile that way. Mm-hmm. Needing color. What somebody say? What is it? You ain't got no job. You didn't try to edit out my book for some paycheck. Oh hell, what book? What are you even talking about?
I'm like, wow, this is something old. Shangri-La Vision, Marvel Mystery Comics Volume 1, number 45, July 10th, 1943. Yeah, I wasn't gonna get that one.
Yeah. So that's.
I'll look it up on the app though. I'll check it out. I'll talk about it next time.
Oh, I remember now because somebody was like, "You don't got no job and didn't want to edit my book." I'm like, because somebody emailed me to edit their book. I'm like, I'm not an editor. I'm not an editor. Like, that's not where my expertise like to be like, you have to know like sentence structure and shit. Like, I'm not. That's not my expertise. So yeah, like,
was it a comic book?
No, it was a novel.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not my expertise. So sorry. Yeah,
import that into Grammarly.com.
Yeah, so whatever. Blame coronavirus. That's why I don't got no job. But yeah, I don't really got much else because I'm like, I feel like I was saying, this episode I feel like was the hardest.
Definitely, it's like a lot going on, and
because a lot going on that you don't know what's happening.
What's going on next?
How do you talk about it? Because
I haven't even seen the preview for next episode. Exactly, I just got questions. I haven't even seen the preview for next episode. But I
don't watch previews for any of the episodes.
Yeah, and then it's like, are the kids gonna grow again next episode? When are they gonna grow again? Maybe Wanda and Vision are gonna fight, and that's when they're gonna grow again.
Maybe, or they might stay that same age.
Yeah, and then what Monica keeps saying, she knows what Wanda is going through. Like, was she in her mind or some shit like that? Like the theory that I had about grief last time we talked. I mean, I guess that's still relevant, but like, why is she trying to help us so bad? And like the Captain of Sword guy or whatever, he was like, it's because you have like a soft spot for superheroes. You think that's what it is? Or
I mean, it could be that, or maybe because we don't fully know how the mind meld or whatever works. Maybe she sensed something, like she sensed part of Wanda's pain. So she knows what Wanda is, because remember they all say, and granted, we don't necessarily know if they're talking about Wanda, but even Norm was like, she's in my head. I can hear her voice in my head. And then Monica kind of said that too about Wanda. I can hear Wanda, like I can hear, it was almost like she was speaking to me. So maybe part of that is all there. And actually, I just thought about something. Let me see if I can find the screenshot. There was also a moment where they showed where Monica came out of the hex, and they did like a flash. They did like a flash of a lot of events that Monica experienced, and there was like a moment. Like if you had to pause it real quick, there was a moment where you see Wanda like screaming at the top of her lungs, and she's wearing like all black, and that hasn't happened yet in the show. Okay. So I'm like, is Monica perhaps seeing the future?
I mean, she is light, or is turning into light, so maybe she can do that.
I'm trying to see if I can find the picture. I'm like, I don't even know what to type. WandaVision, Monica future. But there's a moment, like if you go back to episode 4, if you pause it, you see like Wanda screaming, and we haven't seen that in the show yet. So. And it looked modern day. So I don't know. I don't know, like all that, like she knows what Wanda's going through. Like, I don't know if that maybe that's why, because she maybe got a glimpse of like the future.
And what Pietro said too about the kids, you think that those kids have always been in there, and she just didn't have them in the show because she didn't want to hurt them like she hurts everybody else? And she had to bring them out for the Halloween episode.
I mean, yeah, like Pietro kind of said, like you were always the more ethical twin, and and whatever Wanda is doing to all of them, it does
damage.
It does hurt them, and so he said, maybe. Granted, we don't fully know, but he was like, yeah, maybe you had all like, where were all the kids? Or did you just have them sleeping in bed?
She definitely didn't leave and take a whole bunch of kids in, and she can't. Besides her own children, I don't think she can manufacture kids. So
no, and plus, they kind of mentioned because I mean, we're not mentioned, but we know the town hasn't expanded prior to this point. So as far as we know, nobody else came into the town.
Yeah.
So damn
it, I can't. Not kids, and there's something that keeps people out of the town in the first place. So it's not like a bunch of kids just ran in.
Yeah, I can't find the freaking picture. Let me see if I could. But anyway, so if I can't find the picture, but for everybody in the chat, that includes you, but like episode 4, go back.
So when she's pushing her through the barrier?
No, not that. But when you see Monica on like getting the CAT scan, and then you'll see like all the flashes of like events that have happened throughout the show. But then you'll see one moment. It's like quick. So you got to hurry. You got to like quick pause it real quick. You'll see Wanda in like all black and she's like on her knees and she's like screaming. That hasn't happened on the show yet. So I'm like, again, more questions. So yeah.
Is that a funeral scene maybe?
It could be, but I don't think that was like Age of Ultron or anything like that. It looks like it's something.
You just said all black and her on her knees screaming, so that's why I went.
Yeah, but she was like she had like a black shirt. It almost like she had like a black blouse, and then she was screaming. I wish I could fucking find the picture.
Was it like a costume or was it like a
to show it? No, it wasn't. It wasn't a costume. It was like just a regular modern day outfit. I wish I could find the picture to show it on here, but yeah, I can't find it. But yeah, it looked like it might be a future event. Because like I said, it's something that we haven't seen yet. Like it hasn't happened yet. So it's like, what was that? So maybe that's why, going to your question, that's why Monica is so gung-ho about like helping her, because she knows something that we don't know yet.
Where's Jane Foster?
Well, she'll be in Thor: Love and Thunder. That's what she is.
I think she's laid up in the hospital bed with cancer right now. Like, and maybe hopefully they'll just throw a hint, Easter egg about that or something like that.
I mean, no, I definitely feel like they're gonna do the cancer. The cancer.
But the fact that Darcy knows so much about radiation and stuff like that, like I figure that's an easy connection.
Yeah, but maybe she doesn't have it yet, because I feel like, well, no, because I'm like, what would be the reason for her to bring up?
I mean, maybe that they can use that for why we didn't see her in Thor Ragnarok and stuff like that. Like she had cancer this whole time, you know.
Yeah, they could do that, but also they weren't really on. They were only on Earth for like a brief second.
Yeah. On
Thor Ragnarok, and I was to go see Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still scrolling through these pictures. I can't find.
You ain't gonna find shit. You should have had that one ready, yo.
I just thought about it. So, because that happened in episode 4. Whatever, fuck it. But yeah, for those of you that remember, just go back and watch episode 4 and you'll see it. Vision, Monica, Wanda. Wanda screaming. What is this? It's on White Savior BS, because now that means the new Black Miss Marvel or whatever her powers are going to become. Yeah, that's one of the problems I actually have with Monica getting her powers. And I think I mentioned this. I didn't mention this on this show, but I talked about it on Instagram. I was like, yeah, I think Monica at this point has her powers, but I'm not necessarily of a fan. The fact that she has her powers because of Wanda.
Yeah.
As opposed to in the comics, she got her powers because she herself was being a hero. She was trying to stop a bomb from like Roxxon or whatever, but inadvertently became a superhero. Like she was trying to be a hero and ended up becoming a superhero because of it. Like it was through her own actions that caused her to be Captain Marvel.
Yeah. But
as opposed to
but at least she, like, they gave us like the first episode we saw her and she was proved herself to be like a capable person and a hero already. So
she's definitely even in this episode,
powers are secondary.
Even in this episode, she's proven herself to be capable when she took out those sword agents.
Exactly. So
with Jimmy Woo.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's definitely proven herself to be badass in her own, but it's still like you're getting your powers at the expense of a white woman. Like, but had Wanda not pushed her out of the hex, she would be Spectrum, or becoming Spectrum. So I agree. I agree with that as well.
Yeah. Like I'm a big Miles Morales fan, but when people bring that up, I'm like, yeah, he kind of is just, he got his powers like from the same stuff Spider-Man did. It's like the same. It's like a copy almost,
Yeah, I mean, just like Silk, kind of.
Yeah.
But I mean, addressing this comment, I feel like she understands Wanda's pain because she knows Vision is dead and that Wanda is having problems letting go, just like she can't let go of her mother.
Definitely.
I mean, that could be it too. Because I remember you mentioned last week where everybody in the town is united by grief. So,
but is that the case now that she's expanded the zone just to protect Vision and herself?
Well, no, now no.
Exactly.
But what you about to say? You said, did you read what?
Who, me?
Yeah, you about to say, did you read something about Miles or Silk or whatever?
Oh no, I was just saying that Miles is like kind of like the same way about like getting his powers from like, you know, a white guy, you know, finding himself through that, and he's still a great character. So.
Oh, and to answer your question from earlier about when you asked him what anime he was reading, Tower of God, My Hero Academia, Black Clover, Chainsaw Man. I've never heard of that one. That's the one I haven't heard of.
Either.
Yeah, I've heard of the other ones.
Yeah, Black Clover is pretty good too. My Hero Academia is the new Naruto.
I can't get into the Black Clover anime only because of the voice actor that plays Os. Like that shit annoys me. Like I can't get into. I can't get it.
They always have voices like that. You ever heard Japanese Goku?
Yeah, but he's not like doing it. He only does it when he's powering up.
Yeah,
but that guy's like that all the time. What was the other? Oh, this will be more for you because I know who Nicholas Scratch is, but I'm not that familiar with Nicholas Scratch. But thoughts on if Quicksilver is actually Nicholas Scratch? I know Nicholas Scratch is her Agnes's son, but I don't really know that much about him.
I don't. Did we see Agatha and Quicksilver interact this episode or anything?
I mean, not. I mean, well, she was in the house when he was there, but I think he was asleep. In the very beginning,
we didn't be able to say that until they have some kind of interaction, or I don't know. There's a lot of theories, like him being Mephisto, whatever. But I don't think so. No. Maybe the dog was. I don't know.
But no, I definitely feel I feel like I don't think that he's Nicholas. Granted, like I said, I don't know that much about him, but I don't think he's Nicholas Scratch because I feel like if he was, there would be a little bit more interaction.
Yeah, exactly.
Between them, and I just lost my train of thought. I don't know. I guess it wasn't that important.
I'm trying to think of anything we didn't cover yet. Like,
yeah, I think we got it because I'm like. Yeah, because I feel like because part of me is like, dang, it's only an hour 17. I feel like there should be more to say because the last episode was like 2 hours. But I feel like all those episodes, there was so much to talk about. Yeah. But this episode, I feel like was just dropping questions. So it's like I don't know the answer, so I don't know what to say.
I definitely have more questions than answers after this one.
Wait, what do you say? I'm weak. Did you just say the dog was her son or Mephisto?
Somebody. Dog is somebody. Dog doing something.
No, I don't think the dog is somebody. I think the dog was just
trying to get her to use her powers. So
Agnes's way of manipulating things.
So she can feed up that magic.
Because like if you remember when they thought it was Scratchy or Sparky, you saw like the bushes shaking. I'm like, I feel like that was Agnes like in choking there, like, choking that bitch to death. That's why she ain't get up right away. Because she's like, oh, I was just rapping, and nah, that was her like choking the fucking dog.
Now bring it back.
Yeah. I just wanted to wrap it up. I'm like, nah, if you wrapping up the dog, you ain't seeing the bushes shake like that.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like these last 3 episodes, shit's gonna get chaotic. Yeah, shit's gonna get chaotic. Shit. Get Fred read my mind. These last, especially with the way this episode ended and the expansion of the town, and then like Hayward is now by himself. He's probably gonna have to call in more agents.
What do you think?
He might not even, because remember he said he didn't have that many agents left.
Yeah. What do you think the relationship between Wanda and Quicksilver is gonna be like next episode? Like she kind of blasted him for talking shit. You know, this episode. And that's kind of like the last we saw of him this episode. Is he gonna like get out my house after this episode, or?
No, I think there's gonna be some friction because she already kind of doesn't trust him fully either. But now after that comment,
but I think it was just like an asshole comment, like just a regular asshole Pietro. Yeah,
it definitely was. Yeah. But also, I still feel like because I do feel like he's manipulating her to some aspect. That's why I'm like, something's up. I just need some answers.
I don't think he manipulated her yet, but I think he was trying to get, like I said, like get something out of her, like House M. Like get something out of her, like, oh, you control this whole thing. That's cool. Like what? Like next season, what can you do for me?
But this right, I just wanted to say, love what you do. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for joining. I got to get back to work. I don't know. Work. What is that? I don't know what that is. But I was just joking about the book comment. But if anybody noticed, Quicksilver did have the weird Mephisto hair.
But Quicksilver, when he first appeared, he had that hair too. So that wasn't
They both had that hair. So
yeah. I think it was pretty cool that he put on his costume. Like, you know how all the previews we saw Wanda and Vision in those costumes. We didn't know he was going to be there. And we didn't know he was going to have that costume. I think that was pretty cool.
Everybody's Mephisto at this point.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking Tommy's Mephisto because he had the hair too.
Exactly.
And he didn't have his Speed outfit. He had the same outfit as Quicksilver. But I mean, whatever. It's classic. Yeah. It was Fred, classic Quicksilver from the 90s.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mia Moore said about what you said. He might apologize and make up as siblings.
Mm-hmm.
Asking about what might happen next week. But I just want to know. I wish I could just fast forward to next week.
Next week already.
Especially like
after this one.
Not even just that, but like waking up, or not even waking up because I was awake, but like watching the episode at 3:00 on the dot.
Yeah.
So then you have like the whole, like I feel like I watched the episode yesterday.
How far do you think she expanded?
I mean, well, we saw it went like not even just.
Like she had a town. Do you think she has a whole city now, or like she did all of New Jersey? New Jersey doesn't exist anymore.
I mean, I was gonna say I'm in New Jersey. I'm not, or maybe I am and don't know it.
Exactly. Because the people outside the barrier didn't know what was going on. So
yeah, no. But we saw that the barrier that Wanda expanded went past the town borderline because we saw it, because we saw the Westview sign and it kept going. And then it like overtook another part of town where it like changed something else into a used, and it changed, and it made it.
So it's more than one town now.
It became a used car lot.
Mm-hmm. And they were driving away from it at like pretty high speed. So.
Yeah, they were flooring it, and even Monica and Jimmy Woo, who left way before all this shit happened, it was still like it almost caught up to them. Like they were like, speed up.
Yeah.
So
could be all of Jersey.
So probably I'm stuck in. I'm talking to you from Westview right now.
You're gonna see kids in school and talking about the 49 states.
Nah, I should look out the window see if I see any kids.
Yeah.
But what was I about to say? About so I think maybe now instead of it just being Westview, it's Westview and Eastview. Mm-hmm. Cause we saw that shit like when the episode ended and they showed the thing, like that shit looked big, like that shit looked huge.
Massive, yeah. That
red dome. Mm-hmm. So
maybe as she does that, maybe she'll lose even more control over the people and stuff.
Oh no, she's definitely gonna lose because I mean we saw she didn't really have control even when it was Westview. The people at the edges of town, they were like just frozen.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel like her control is gonna start slipping.
Mm-hmm. And that's perfect for Mephisto wherever he is. Feeding on your magic.
Next week, you're gonna come next week looking like Turk from Scrubs. Yeah, I mean, probably. I mean, I'm already bald, so I just need some blue scrubs. But what if Quicksilver is? Wait, what if it's actually Quicksilver, but Mephisto is just inflating him?
Controlling him, I guess.
I mean, I get, but because I keep
manipulating Quicksilver's body or something like that.
I mean, it could be because I keep going back. Like, I really keep going back to like that fucking commercial. I feel like that commercial,
the Yo Magic thing,
is like. I feel like out of all those commercials, I feel like this is going to be the most important one.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
what does the kid dying mean? Like Mephisto's feet are on the magic and everybody else is dying.
Maybe are
the people inside the barrier dying?
It could be that, but like, because I feel like it's very telling how you have a shark saying, "I was hungry until I started feasting on your magic."
Yeah,
which I'm like,
do you think all the people
was that a black shark?
Do you think that all the people inside that barrier were snapped?
Or maybe they lost somebody because of the snap.
Maybe
they weren't snapped, or maybe. Because I'm like maybe they weren't snapped, or maybe they were because Wanda was snapped.
Yeah, exactly.
Monica was snapped.
Exactly.
But no, like, yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, Hood Shark. I was feeding on your magic, your mama.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I remember Street Sharks. That's what I thought of when I saw that show.
Street Sharks, yeah.
Yeah,
but
the turtles rip off.
I'm like, I feel like it was very telling that you have a shark, a predator, saying, I was hungry until you came. I started feeding on your magic.
Yeah, and then the kid couldn't open it.
And the kid couldn't open it.
Yeah.
And he says, like, your magic, food for survivors.
Yeah.
And
survivors of what?
Well, I mean, if the shark is Mephisto, I don't think Mephisto will be affected by the snap. But what I was saying is, like, when you asked, like, what's the purpose? Well, what was the significance of the kid dying? I think maybe, like, it kind of might show, maybe not she dies, but it showed, like, the more Wanda's using the magic, the more Mephisto's probably feeding on this magic. It's showing her, like, that's what is causing her to lose control. Maybe that's also why she doesn't have control of her vision like she did the first 3 episodes, because he's feeding on her magic. And, like, maybe she will die by the end. And maybe that could also reference, because remember, again, I'm like spitballing this as I'm talking, but remember Darcy was like, why is the sitcom going through every decade? Maybe that's their way of showing, like, even though she's not physically getting older, she's getting older, maybe spiritually, magic, she's losing her power.
Maybe.
So it's like going through the decades. And
where's Doctor Strange during all this? He has to be like, there's no way he doesn't sense this. He has to be like in another dimension or off planet or some shit like that.
Maybe he's off planet. Maybe he's trying to figure out a way, because remember, he doesn't have the time stone anymore. Yeah. So maybe he's like having a council meeting with all the other sorcerers or whatever. Yeah.
The Council of Sorcerer Supremes or something.
Yeah. And they haven't really said, is he actually Sorcerer Supreme? Because he was a Sorcerer Supreme in the first one.
Yeah, but he was Sorcerer Supreme in Endgame. I mean, Infinity War.
Was he? Because they never really said it.
I think he said he was.
Okay, I'll have to go back and watch.
I think when Doctor Strange, when Multiverse of Madness comes out, they're gonna fill in a lot of gaps, because he was still like learning at the end of his movie, but like by the time we got to Infinity War, he was a very competent Doctor Strange.
Yeah, so maybe he is. But hopefully, because that's the one thing I don't like about the MCU is how they keep tying everything to the Infinity Stone. So maybe at a certain point they'll actually introduce the real Eye of Agamotto. Yeah, they won't. In because I mean, he's gonna need something, because he doesn't have the time stone anymore. But just for the sake of, like, the aesthetic of Doctor Strange, he has to have something around his neck. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You kind of ruined that. Yeah. Or maybe he is gonna have the eye anyway. Maybe the stones come back somehow. I don't know. Maybe Vision actually does have a stone.
But no, Fred said they never mentioned him having the title. No. And Teddy said maybe Wanda is going to be the villain of Doctor Strange.
I would like that.
Maybe.
I would like that.
That would actually be cool.
Yeah.
But I'm like, would they actually turn Wanda a full-on villain?
What are you going to do with after this?
Have her go through a redemption, like,
no,
she gonna start.
Had a goddamn redemption arc in the comics. She ain't gonna have one in the MCU.
She's gonna. Well, they're trying. They're gonna have her. They're gonna have her listen to Bob Marley over and over, 24/7 redemption song, like trying to redeem herself. Like, I mean, I feel like Hickman's trying to redeem her.
I think all of the characters from the first few movies, they can just go now. You know, they can go. They can let them age out or whatever, or do whatever. Just
I feel like there's more story to tell with, like, Wanda, especially now that we're getting X-Men.
Are we?
At a certain point, you know, Marvel would be stupid not to do X. Marvel would be stupid not to do.
They'd be throwing away money. They'd be throwing away money. Like, they want to do it right though, so they're gonna wait.
Granted, once upon a time they tried. I mean, they tried it, but when they tried to, like, push X-Men out of the comics and push Inhumans on us, nobody gives a fuck about the Inhuman. They even talked about.
I love the Inhuman comics. They were really good. That show was horrible though.
Yeah, I was gonna say they even tried to push it in the movies, but then they ended up doing the show, and that show was ass.
Yeah, it was.
Especially, like, the one power that Medusa has. I have a Medusa figure down on my Fantastic Four show. I like Medusa. The one power, her CGI was garbage.
Yeah, it's like they didn't put anything into it. And they casted that guy from Game of Thrones as Maximus, which was a great casting, so it had me excited. And it was just like,
and then they cut her fucking hair, like with some regular old scissors.
Yeah, not no titanium, not no fucking adamantium.
Her hair is strong enough to lift cars and shit. They use regular ass scissors to cut her hair. Stupid. I was like, this is some old backyard bullshit right here.
And they had the budget of fucking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It was just horrible.
Yeah, it was terrible. But Joshua Atkinson, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. My theory is the director is somehow working for Ultron, trying to get Vision's body back.
I like that.
When they showed his body on the footage, it was dismantled.
Yeah.
So you think
I like the fact that Ultron will still be out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say you think
I don't know why
a
human will be working for Ultron. That doesn't make any. But I like the theory that Ultron could be
humans. Granted, he was the Mind Stone, but humans were working for Ultron before. Well, even before the Mind Stone, he tricked Vision and Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
I mean, not Vision. Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch to work for him. So maybe. But I'm like, will they bring Ultron back? Because I'm not gonna bring this up, but I'm like, Age of Ultron. Who directed Age of Ultron? Joss Whedon. Do they want to?
They can redeem it, you know.
I'm like, Marvel. They don't want to associate anything with Joss Whedon.
Everybody's coming out the woodwork for Joss Whedon. Like when it first happened, I was like, maybe not. But then everybody started saying it. I'm like, oh damn, yeah.
Yeah, even Michelle Trachtenberg.
Yeah.
Michelle Trachtenberg came out. Was like, on the set of Buffy, he wasn't allowed to be alone with her because of inappropriateness. So yeah, Joss Whedon. Like,
what do you think? It's like inappropriate touching or dirty jokes, or
I don't think it's dirty touching or like inappropriate. Like, but I think it might be like dirty jokes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when granted we don't know, but I'm like, when that was said, I'm like, I'm honestly not that surprised because you think about how he ended up having Xander get together with Dawn in the comics.
Yeah. Which
I'm like, ew.
Yeah, Xander shouldn't be with anybody. I like how in the new comics they put Xander how he really is, like a dick. He's like a nice guy, and he gets what he deserves in the comics.
In the new comic, I haven't read the Boom because I can't get with the art. I can't.
You don't like the art? I love the art.
Nah, like the googly.
You don't like Dan Mora?
No, Dan Mora was like the first 3-4 issues.
Okay.
Dan Mora's not he's not the artist anymore. Okay. But like the googly eyes of the cat, like I can't. But no, if it was Dan Mora,
you've read stuff with worse art. You've read stuff with John Romita Jr., so you can read that.
But I'm still just like I can't get with the art. And plus, like certain things, I'm like, I feel like they're rushing it.
Yeah, they try to rush it. They rushed an Angel and stuff too quick, and
they're rushing it. They already got Spike kind of being a good guy.
Yeah, it's too fast. Yeah,
they're rushing a lot. But I feel like Xander's a vampire in the books.
Yeah,
in the current books, but they kind of give him. He's like vampire-ish because Willow did something with his soul or whatever. I know the people that are here for WandaVision are like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? But if y'all know me, y'all been to my channel. I mean, obviously you have, but like y'all know I love Buffy. So anywhere I can swing, throw a Buffy reference in there, which I'm like.
You love Buffy, man. You got to read it, man. You got to read it.
Yeah, I told you I did, but like that art, I can't. I can't do it. But yeah, they freaking bought Fox to get the X-Men. Honestly, I don't think that's why they bought Fox. That ended up being a bonus of them buying Fox. But I think they bought Fox to get all the other IP.
The movie library.
Yeah, the movie library. Now they got Aliens. Now they also got Avatar, which before Avengers was the biggest movie of all time. They got all these other.
There's never going to be an Avatar 2, and that's a dead property. Nobody gives a fuck about Avatar.
No, nobody gives a fuck about Avatar. Just the fact that they still have it now under their wing, and then all these other properties.
They bet they need to scrap everything. They need to not make Avatar 2 at all. Like, because nobody.
I mean, he's still making it.
He keeps saying that. He's been saying that for 30 years. The only reason Avatar was successful because of the new technology that came out at the time. Like, oh, this movie looks really good. Like the 3D, like it's gonna be so great.
Because the movie was nothing but like Pocahontas.
Yeah, it was.
It was like that was like the first major 3D movie at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's why it made as much money as
that's
it did.
Exactly why it made that much money, and it wasn't a good movie at all.
But like in terms of like But in terms of like Disney needing, because honestly, I feel like Disney didn't need X-Men. I feel like because even now, I feel like that's why they haven't even announced. Because like the moment they got Spider-Man into the MCU, they're like, we're throwing. Because remember, Black Panther was supposed to have a much bigger role in Civil War before they had the rights to Spider-Man. But then when they were like, oh, we got the rights to Spider-Man, let's throw him in there too. Yeah. And not to say Black Panther didn't have a big role, but his role kind of got a little bit diminished because they had Spider-Man. But now they have the rights to X-Men. They're not like, oh, let's change our plan. They're not changing their plans for X-Men because honestly, at this point, they don't. Granted, we still love X-Men. We still want X-Men, but I feel like they don't really need X-Men.
It doesn't fit. And then like to do X-Men right, like I think it just. I don't know if it fits in this time period. That's why I love the First Class movies and stuff like that because the time period it fit. You know, like civil rights movements and stuff like that. I don't know if you had to revamp it, you know?
Yeah, and plus because of that, because the MCU has been going for so long, it almost creates a headache for them in a sense because now they have to explain
why these characters haven't been here before.
Yeah, where mutants came from and where
Tommy and Billy, the first mutants.
But then how do you explain Charles Xavier? How do you explain Apocalypse? How do you explain Selene? How do you explain Namor?
Oh, Namor's a mutant too. Yeah. First mutant. He's the real first mutant.
So I think that's why.
What you could do is when Kang comes in, a lot of things can change, you know. So we'll see without that.
Yeah, I mean, they can say time travel, yada yada. And plus, I feel like they might be waiting for the Eternals because aren't the Celestials
Celestials are created mutants.
Yeah, Celestials created the Eternals and mutants.
Yeah, and mutants eventually should evolve into becoming Celestials themselves.
So maybe that's what they're waiting for. Maybe the Eternals movie, and then that is how they get.
I don't know. We'll see. Because I want to say that stuff is too deep for like regular movie folk, but here we are talking about multiverse and time travel.
Yeah, I was gonna say here we are talking about WandaVision when you got a dead robot and
I never thought it would happen.
Yeah, two kids made from the devil, and are they the devil? Whatever. Are they gonna get I feel like that's way too complicated. I'm like the best way. I think I mentioned this before, but the best way to keep Wiccan and Speed, keep them kids, but then after the show is over, going with the whole Wanda got to go to jail, like have her lose custody and have Billy have them be split up. Have Billy be raised by the Kaplans and have Tommy be raised by the Shepherds.
Yeah.
So then that way you could kind of keep their origins somewhat intact.
Yeah, maybe wipe their memory or something like that.
Yeah, too. wipe their memory.
Yeah.
And now they don't even remember.
Yeah.
Then there you go. And that'll be your way of getting them.
Yeah, and then Doctor Strange breaks Wanda out of jail to help with Dormammu, Zemo, or Mephisto, whoever he's fighting.
Yeah, whoever, Nightmare, or whoever.
Yeah.
Accurate rogue. Fucking yes. That's what I want. An accurate rogue. Granted, I like Anna Paquin, but she's still.
It's not my rogue.
Yeah, that's not my rogue.
That's that emo X-Men Evolution rogue.
My rogue is the 90s rogue that stole Captain Marvel's power.
Yeah.
And which I'm like, you think they ever gonna do that?
No, because I thought they were gonna put her in a coma, but they didn't. They made it seem like she was active all this time. I thought at the end of Captain Marvel the movie that she would probably go into a coma or something like that and pop up at our time, out of nowhere. But they made it seem like she was active all this time. So they're not gonna go that route.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna go that route.
And she's a big cash cow now. I don't think they want to diminish her in any way. Captain Marvel made
the movie made $1 billion. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they may go the other route with Rogue. Yeah. Who does she absorb when she got the firepower?
Wonder Man.
So maybe
when she's purple, Wonder Man, yeah.
But then I'm like Wonder Man because there's no Wonder Man in the MCU.
They could bring him in just for her to take the powers. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they could. They could do that. But what was this? I feel like the writers of WandaVision are succeeding with Wanda, where Game of Thrones writers fail with Daenerys' character development. Don't get me started on Game of Thrones. You watch Game of Thrones? Do you watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah. It's funny because I was one of those people who didn't watch it. Like, I'm gonna watch it later, and then I watched it all during quarantine. Like, just knocked it out.
Yes. Yeah, it's funny. Like, I didn't start watching Game of Thrones until right before the season 7 premiere. So 2 months before the season 7 premiere, I was like, you know what? Let me finally just jump into the show. So I started binging it, and I caught up right before. So I missed the season 7 premiere, but by episode 2, I was caught up. And so being able to watch all of it just like that and becoming so invested and to be able to watch it, back to back to back like that, and then for it to end the way it did, I was so fucking disappointed.
It's like they didn't have the fucking book. It was like a filler, like the book wasn't done. It was bad. It was bad.
And part of it is also like,
and it was a short season too. Like they just
they shortened the seasons, but also part of that is because I think D&D. Because originally Game of Thrones was supposed to be 10 seasons, but then they said they didn't want to do it anymore because they got that Star Wars deal. So they wanted to hurry up and finish so they could go work on Star Wars. But then lo and behold, Game of Thrones, the final season ended up being so bad that it got they got fired from doing Star Wars. So I'm like, you fucked up your own bag.
That's what you did.
You fucked yourself.
Yeah.
But Fred said, I heard a rumor that she's supposed to be in this Captain Marvel. I don't think Rogue's going to be in the Captain.
No,
I don't think because you already got Monica Rambeau in the Captain Marvel sequel.
Miss Marvel.
Yeah, and they're introducing Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. And I'm still hoping I tweeted Nia DaCosta. She ain't respond, but I'm like, if you please do me a favor and put Hulkling in this movie, he don't have to have a big role, but I will love you fucking forever. Like, I don't need him to have a major role, but just say he's there.
Yeah.
Because I feel like what other movie but Captain Marvel?
Secret Invasion.
I mean, they could do Secret Invasion, but I feel like that's more Kree centered.
Yeah.
But Captain Marvel, he's both Kree and Skrull.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're gonna have both in that movie. So I feel like that would be the movie to make the most sense, since Captain Marvel is technically half Kree.
Now.
Now.
Yeah.
The retcon.
Yeah.
Which didn't make sense, but still, whatever. It can't do shit with it. Can't do shit about it.
Man, I mean, it's better than her origins getting hurt. Like we were just talking about, Monica getting her powers from Wanda, a white woman, but originally she got her powers from a man. So it makes it better her being half Kree. Maybe they'll fix that somehow for us, for Wanda, Monica.
Well. They're not. Well, maybe. Well, no. Now I was gonna say not in the movies because
it's already done, right?
Yeah, it's already done.
Yeah.
But hopefully they at least put some fucking respect on her name and not have her like. Granted, I know she's gonna be in the Captain Marvel movie, so I don't
want her to be a sidekick. I don't want the black sidekick.
Yeah, it's Captain Marvel's movie, but it's like I still want her to be on because arguably. She's more powerful than Carol Danvers.
We had this, and I told you.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
She's a planet buster, so
yeah, she's a planet buster.
Yeah,
but I was also thinking in the sense of like super, like she doesn't have super strength or anything like that. So
she's fast as light.
She's fast. Yeah, she's fast as light.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want her to take. So yeah, introduce her in Captain Marvel, but then eventually either give her own movie or give her own show.
Next wave show is gonna. Next wave is gonna be an MCU show. Watch.
You think they're gonna bring like? Because I mean, you think we're gonna see Hellcat?
Yes, on Next Wave. Hell yeah,
we're gonna see Hellcat.
We saw Hellcat already.
Yeah, but she wasn't. She wasn't really Hellcat. And plus, that's Jessica Jones. Like they not.
We'll see what happens.
Who else was on the Monica? Monica.
We'll see if Daredevil's in Spider-Man. We'll see.
Who else was on that team? Monica, Hellcat.
What's the girl with the guns name?
Wasn't Firestar on that team?
Yeah, what's the girl with the guns name? She's like British or something. I can't think of her name right now.
And Firestar, that's gonna have to because she's a mutant, so we have it. Yeah. That's gonna have to wait. I don't know.
They can change it around, but I want Next Wave.
But I've heard that rumor that Hulkling was going to be in WandaVision, but at this point, I'm like,
I heard that Hulkling's going to pop up, and he's really Mephisto.
But I'm like, no, fuck that. I'll be mad. Granted, I want to see Mephisto, but if it's Hulkling, I'm like, no, fuck you. But I'm like, at this point, I'm like, we're already at episode 7. Where would Hulkling even, like, how would it even make sense for him to show up at this point?
Yeah. Maybe it is really 10 episodes. That's the rumor I heard, that there's another episode.
I mean, they could surprise us with that.
Yeah.
But even still, like, where would Hulkling fit? That's why I'm like, I feel like it makes sense for him to show up in Captain Marvel 2.
Let's see.
But I was just about to be like, that's it. But I got one more comment. Gab has always been my favorite mutant. I feel like he's never gotten the respect he deserves. And then I found out he was originally supposed to be bisexual, but was straight wash. Fix it, Marvel. Yep, that's a lot of characters. I mean,
yeah.
Kitty Pryde, which I mean they're only just now fixing, was originally supposed to be bisexual from Chris Claremont. They said Mystique. They wanted Mystique to be the father.
Mystique is obviously. I heard about the Mystique being the father. Yeah.
Yeah, they because so Mystique is bisexual as well, and she's dated her most prominent love interest is Destiny, and they wanted Mystique and Rogue. I mean, they wanted Mystique and Destiny to be the parents of Rogue, and so they wanted Mystique to shapeshift into a man, and for her to be the father, while Destiny is the mother. And Marvel was just like, nah, we not. Yeah, we're not doing that.
They weren't progressive enough for that.
Yeah, they weren't progressive enough for that.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot of characters. Like Gambit was supposed to be bisexual. That's why a lot of these people, like when they get mad, like, "Oh, you're changing these straight characters out the blue social justice agenda." It's like,
nah. Like, yeah, I remember when they made Iceman gay, but like when people went back to the comics, it's like, yeah, he kind of was always gay.
Yeah, he was always gay. Like, it's not like it's out the blue.
Yeah.
Like even somebody like Human Torch, it's not. Granted, he's not gay.
Yeah, but if he was,
go back and look. It makes complete sense.
Yeah.
And plus, granted, nobody's touched it since then, but he's had a sexual relationship with Dakin. The writer confirmed that of the Dakin book. Him and Dakin were getting hot in the sheets. They didn't show it, but she just said, because somebody asked her, it was like, are Dakin and a Human Torch, are they in are romantically involved? She was like, I get it. You know, it was her way of saying, yeah, it was like the J.K. Rowling Dumbledore moment. She was like, well, I hope so with all the work I put into it, but it's like, but you didn't really show it though.
You didn't write it, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't write it.
You were scared.
So Marvel, but it could have been another instance where Marvel was like, nah.
Yeah, I don't think they would let you do that to a Fantastic Four member. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even kind of like Star-Lord. It was like, oh, guys, Star-Lord's bisexual. And then when you read the comic, it was like,
anybody who's fucking living in space and shit like that, how can you be like 100%?
Yeah, you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know what aliens don't have. We don't know if Gamora has a vagina.
Yeah.
But even still, but when you read the issue where he like officially is revealed bisexual, you're looking at it, you're like, what?
Yeah.
That doesn't read as like gay to me, but I guess like, okay, whatever.
I like Gamora better with Richard Rider anyway, so
I like Kitty Pryde and Star-Lord.
You did?
Yeah.
That's some good stuff.
There you go. You got two bisexual characters. But I don't got nothing else. So
1610 Colossus and Wolverine.
Well, it's 1610. I was like, is Colossus ain't gay?
Yeah.
but even that, like all that queer baiting with Wolverine and Cyclops talking about, they're having sex, but it's like, are they really?
Wolverine and Hercules. I don't think that was in the main universe.
No, that wasn't the main universe though.
Yeah. But Hercules is bisexual though.
Oh no, Hercules is currently dating Novar in Guardians of the Galaxy, Marvel boy. So we'll see. What did it say? In two new Instagram posts, Isaiah Knott revealed that he is joining the cast in Marvel Studios' WandaVision. His role is currently listed as an uncredited boy next door.
Who's Isaiah Knott? What's he been in?
Let me look that up. I've never heard of Isaiah Knott. Isaiah Knott. IMDb profile. He has not been in anything. Wait, did I spell it right?
Always casting in these unknowns.
Which I mean, I like that though.
Yeah.
But hold on, let me share my screen so you guys can see what he looks like. This is Isaiah Knott. This guy right here.
Hulkling?
I'm like, maybe.
I saw an article that said that he may be the Hulkling.
Yeah, I saw an article saying that too, but I'm like, I mean, I guess maybe, but
why?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Why? Because I'm like, I feel like, boy next door. Like, how did Hulkling if he's half Kree, half Skrull, how did he get in Westview of all places? Like, how does that work? But I mean, but I guess again, we'll see. Like this show, I got more questions than answers. They said he's connected to Sword, so it would make sense. But I mean, it would make sense that he's connected to Sword, but
like a Sword agent, though.
But why would he be in Westview? Because the only reason Sword came there is because of Wanda.
Yeah.
But if he's like the boy next door, that would imply that he was there before. And it got trapped in the hex.
I don't know. She just took over a whole Sword base, so maybe he was there. I don't know.
But yeah, maybe. But yeah, that's the last thing I'll address. So many mutants got dirty, did dirty by Fox. I agree with that. Like the fucking moment they had. Granted, I don't like Alexandra Shipp as Storm, but I still like Storm. Storm is like one of my favorite characters. She was like the first, like growing up in the 90s, she was like the first black superhero I saw on like the X-Men cartoons. So like the moment they had my girl fucking making ice for Cyclops, that was
that?
That was an X-Men Apocalypse.
That's whack.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like what? What? I was
who made those movies?
And that was in the beginning of the movie. I was like, nah, this movie's about to be. It's some bullshit right here. Fuck this. Fuck all of this. Fuck this entire movie with no lube and a fucking serrated dildo. Like this movie's trash. But that's the end of this episode.
Yeah.
We'll end on fuck the Fox movies with a serrated dildo. But you got any last parting thoughts? Any predictions for these last? Because I don't got no fucking prediction. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't this time I don't got. Like I said, I think that Agnes is definitely in on the shit, and she's manipulating and trying to make the field bigger and everything else. And I don't know. We'll see where it's going, but she's definitely down.
Because we also haven't seen her use powers. So what's the extent of her witchdom?
She could be a basic witch.
Maybe
basic witch.
She could be a basic witch, basic bitch.
Yeah.
or she could be like maybe she's like a fortune teller. She could just like see the future or whatever. So because of that, she's manipulating. Because being that I just got to it, like there's the whole talk about the evergreen tree or whatever that she gave that Vision had that was said to be able to see the future. Maybe that's her thing. But yeah, in terms of like theory, I don't have any fucking theory. The only theory I have is this shit ain't gonna end happy, which is like
Wanda gotta go to jail,
which is like obvious. That's not gonna happen. Yeah. I don't think Wanda's
straight
going to jail.
Get jail, same thing.
Yeah, I don't think Wanda's going to jail, but she may end up getting her mind wiped.
That's not enough for me.
Because we know she's gonna be a Doctor Strange, so like she ain't going to jail, or because she's gonna be in another movie. So, or if she does go to jail, it's temporary, kind of like when they busted like Scott Lang out of prison at the end of like Civil War. So maybe.
But what's gonna happen with I'm going back to Loki for some reason, but like he disrupted everything that happened in Endgame by removing a stone. So maybe that created the multiverse or whatever, and maybe stones exist, or maybe this entire show is in another universe. Or
remember that was like an alternate timeline.
Yeah, maybe this is an alternate timeline. Maybe that created a bunch of alternate timelines.
I mean, it could be, but based on what we know so far, this is the main MCU universe.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about why Vision still has a stone and how it can make sense. It doesn't.
I mean, maybe it wasn't because we saw it, like it looked like the shit was crumpled, so it might not be the real Mind Stone. It might be just the Kmart version of the Mind Stone. Yeah. So,
but he has his powers though, So,
but we haven't seen him blast from the stone.
We haven't.
And if he does, like, is it as powerful as like? Because it could all be an illusion, just like him looking like the way he looks is an illusion.
True.
But yeah, I don't know. I just have I just have more questions. But yeah, even Teddy was like, even when they go to jail in the MCU, they really don't go to jail. So it's true. Like,
they got Cable in there.
But part of me does think, because I do go back and forth for the Luke Skywalker moment. Well, I'm like, maybe it's Aaron Taylor Johnson, but I also do think, like, because I was like, I feel like if Doctor Strange shows up, it'll be obvious, because who but Doctor Strange would be the person that's strong enough to take out Wanda. But at the same time, I do kind of feel like if I saw like a sling ring show up in Westview, and Doctor Strange shows up and he's like, Wanda, you got to stop this. Yeah. And her and Wanda and Doctor Strange and Wanda go into like a full on, like almost like Avengers Endgame or Avengers Infinity War type battle. I would be kind of hyped with that.
Yeah.
Like if they start fighting, I would be hyped. So maybe he is the end game, Doctor Strange.
Wanda's so selfish. Like
she's very selfish.
That's what I'm saying. Like no matter how you slice it, like, oh, I feel bad for her. This bitch don't give a fuck about nobody. You feel bad for her. She'll feel bad for you.
Yeah, because just that conversation which she was having with Quicksilver, like, you don't think what I'm doing is wrong?
Yeah.
He's like, no, I don't. She's like, that's all I need you to say.
Yeah, we good then.
Yeah, I just needed some validation.
You get some confirmation on the situation.
Because she basically admitted, just her saying that it is her admitting that she's doing this. Maybe she didn't start it, but she's still like manipulating it.
I don't think she's ever really been a hero. Like, really, if you take it back to Age of Ultron, she's just trying to fix what she started. You take it to Civil War, she made that explosion.
But she ain't doing that on purpose.
Not on purpose.
Because the explosion wasn't on her. The explosion was the bomb. What's his face set himself.
Yeah. You take it to Endgame and Infinity War. She's just getting revenge for Vision. When has she been a hero?
Civil War. She was on Team Cap.
She was on the team, but what did she do? I mean, like, I'm done with her. It's over. So I'm done with this thing.
So you don't just like in the comics.
yeah, just like in the comics. I can't stand her ass. She got to pay.
Well, I mean, like I said, the great pretender. Hickman seems like he's trying. They've been trying to redeem Wanda since like Avengers versus.
Yeah, because she's been fucking up before House of M. She's always been.
I was gonna say they've been trying to redeem Wanda. I feel like since Avengers versus X-Men, where she helped to try to get rid of the Phoenix and all that. Yeah. But it still seems like I don't know. Whatever they're doing, it's not working.
Yeah, I don't. No.
And I feel like Hickman's finally gonna. I don't know. I feel like Hickman's gonna go because why does he keep introducing her and then having her try to fix things?
Yeah,
I feel like he's gonna maybe put her on a redemption arc.
We'll see. If anybody can do it, it's Hickman.
But yeah, last thing she's like, she knows she's playing a villain, LOL, and I'm ready for her comeuppance.
Facts, she gotta get us.
She knows she's being full white woman. She doesn't care.
Exactly.
She doesn't care about anything but hers.
Mm-hmm.
Consequences be damned.
Exactly.
So yeah, I guess Wanda. Well, yeah. So I guess most people are in agreement. Is that a word? Agreement? Wanda Wanda got to go to jail. I'm gonna put that.
Go to jail.
I'm gonna put that in the chat right now. Hashtag Wanda gotta go to jail. There you go. So. That's pretty much all I got for this week. And I mean, I don't really have nothing else like upcoming in terms of like reviews because ain't shit else really out but WandaVision. So that's really all right now. That's why I've only been like going live to talk WandaVision because ain't nothing else. I mean, granted, no, there are other stuff out, but it's not stuff I will review on my channel like Malcolm and Marie.
What about the Fred Hampton movie that came out on HBO?
Well, even that, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah,
but I'm like, I don't know if that's something I would. Like, that's not.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all.
It's black.
And I'm black,
so I'm definitely black. I'm definitely gonna watch it, but I'm like, that's not fantasy related.
Yeah.
And American Gods, like hell no. After what they did with Orlando Jones, like nah, we not giving that show the time of day. Or what is it? So yeah, the Marie, the American Guy, and then the other movie that I still haven't watched yet that I still want to watch, but the movie that Regina King directed, One Night in Miami.
Oh yeah.
Like that's definitely something. Like those things are out. That's something I definitely will watch, but that's not like I wouldn't put that on my channel.
Make another channel.
I ain't doing all that. I already said like I
make a subsectional channel.
I flirted with the idea of making another channel, but it would be like fantasy books, like novels. But who knows? Maybe I'll start a Patreon and like all the non-fantasy movies, like Judas and the Black Messiah. If you want to know my thoughts, subscribe to my Patreon, maybe. But yeah, who knows? That's a thought. That's a thought in my head.
Do it. You ain't got no job, Craig.
You're right. I'm trying to figure out how to. The goal is to make Black Gay Comic Geek my job, my career. That's what I'm working on.
Yeah.
So I just said, which before I go, thank you guys so much. Like granted, it's only 25 people in the chat, but 25 people is better than 0. But
you could have been anywhere in the world.
Yeah, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to come to this gay spot to be with this black gay motherfucker and the straight guy. Why are you on this channel anyway? You're not gay. I appreciate you guys, but the main reason I wanted to bring that up is because just 2 days ago I hit 3,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. We're going like in the end of this week. No, the end of next week. No, wait. What the fuck is today's date? I don't know.
Friday the 12th.
Oh no. So the end of the week after next. So around the 26th-ish, I'll be celebrating 2 years since being on YouTube. So to hit like, in 2 years, like my channel's growing, 3,000 subs. We're 1 million strong and growing. Well, not a million.
Was that the Flintstones commercial?
Yeah, it was. So can we get to 1 million subs? Can we get to like the Jeremy Johns and Chris Stuckman level? Maybe we'll see. Can we get to? But we'll start small. Can we get to 4,000? Can we get to 5,000? I can only do it with you guys' help.
Blacker.
So any video that you see to me, whether it's this one or any other videos that you may have missed, maybe it's a property that you saw and you haven't gone back and looked through, make sure you please hit that like button, because again, with the YouTube algorithm, likes, that's what gets people that maybe aren't subscribers of mine to get recommended my channel and my video or that particular video. They'll click it, maybe they'll like it, they'll subscribe. So let's go. 4,000 to infinity and beyond. 5,000, 6,000, 20 million. So yeah, again, this could be my job, and I don't have to fucking go on Indeed.com once this pandemic is over and this unemployment checks and stimulus checks starts running out, and then I gotta be like, and then plus, like, we're still in the pandemic. Who the fuck is hired? Like, even the job that I got laid off from, because I worked at a hotel, and the reason because they laid off like 15 of us, which includes they laid off engineers too. And the reason they laid us off is because like. Since March, the hotel. Why am I screaming? I'm like, since March.
Damn.
But since March, the hotel has been like 5 to 20% occupancy.
Oh God.
And that's March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October is when I got laid off. So that's 7 months going through like not even close to 100% occupancy. And then the only times it was spiked to 20%. Was like very rare. Was like the latter half of that 7 months, and it was only on the weekends, like Friday, Saturday. It would be like the highest would go like 20%, but then like
hotel
Sunday,
parties.
Yeah,
COVID plus, hotel parties,
pretty much. And plus, it's New York, so everybody want to go out because bars and stuff were opening up again. Granted, they were closing like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, but they were still opening up.
Stuff is opening this weekend, so we'll see.
So, but then right after that, like that Sunday, it would drop back. It would drop back down to like 5%, 3%, 2%. So eventually, you're paying these employees. And then we were not only getting our hourly pay, but they were still paying us a bonus, and we were getting tips. So it's like yeah, I get why I got laid off. I'm not, but at the same time, I'm still mad because I'm like, you couldn't lay off the other person. Like, why me? But honestly, like. After having been late, like now it's been what, almost 6 months. Part of me is like, I'm actually glad it happened because it gives me like
more time to work on your craft.
Yeah, it gives me more time to work on this.
Yeah.
and focus, because I'm also like eventually hoping I'm like brainstorming a novel. I'm ready to I want to write a queer fantasy novel. I always talk about representation. I'm like, where's my black gay wizard detective? That's what I want to see.
Well, if it's a comic, send it to me.
Well, it's not gonna be a comic. It's gonna be a novel, but maybe I can turn it into a comic. Because if I could draw, I would love it. But I'm like, right now, let me do an artist. Yeah, you got to find an artist, and then you got to like whatever. But let me do a book first. Then maybe I'll jump into the comic book space. But congratulations! I've been a fan for a few months. Wish I discovered the safe haven sooner. I mean, you're here now. That's the most important part. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for pushing me to 3,000. And yeah, hopefully we'll push this and eventually I'll be selling. You see, I got my Black Gay Comic Geek shirt on. Hopefully you guys will be interested in buying the shirt, because eventually I'm gonna start putting this up to start selling it. I just got to make sure this gets trademarked so like it's mine. Nobody else tries to take it. And then I'll put it up on, like, granted, just because it says Black Gay Comic Geek on it don't mean even if you're not a Black Gay Comic Geek, you could just be like, I support the show. Yeah. Or if you are a Black Gay Comic Geek, welcome. Like, perfect, come join me. Yeah. So that'll be another stream of, besides the YouTube channel, another stream of income that I'm trying to build, as well as like eventually getting this book out, which it's not coming anytime soon, but it's coming. So yeah, all the plans are in motion to make this into a thing, which eventually I have to turn this into an LLC, which I haven't done yet, but that's money and I'm unemployed. But that's all I got for you guys for this week. So please, once again, same time, same place, next Friday at 7:00. Hopefully Ron will join me again. Unlike me, Ron actually has a job. So,
I got a job, yo.
Yeah. So we'll see. We gotta see if he'll be available. I hope so. Cross my fingers. But if not, I don't know. Because I mean, I like the dialogue that we've been having, especially with you knowing a little bit more about comics than I do, even though I still don't like you. Don't be trying to call me out, motherfucker.
They hate us because they ain't us.
I'm behind, but I'm still reading. But yeah, so hopefully I can have you on next week, and then the week after that, and the week until WandaVision is over. Yeah. So yeah, join us again 7:00 Friday every week for WandaVision Live. And I guess until something else come out, that's really all I got. Because like
then Falcon Winter Soldier right there. Yeah,
but that comes out in
March.
Yeah, that comes out in March. So I don't know between when this show ends and when the next
probably
episode.
Like a 2-week gap or something.
Yeah. So I guess maybe until then I'll maybe find, I don't know, I'll figure something out. Maybe find an old show on Netflix that I haven't talked about and watch and review that until Falcon and Winter Soldier. But yeah, so join us next Friday at 7:00 for the next live discussion of episode 7 of WandaVision. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Take care. Happy Friday and enjoy your weekend. And make sure you guys wear a mask.
Yeah, all weekend.
Yeah, COVID. A friend of mine just posted on his Instagram today that he just got diagnosed. So make sure you guys are careful. And with that, peace, Excelsior, may the force be with you, and all that good stuff.